Are we live?
Shit.
It is live, yes.
Hey guys, we're back with another in-person episode of Shop Talk. Today's topic is marriage or nah. I'm your girl Lil Booker from Book Her Beauty Bar. We got our co-host here,
Tree Allison.
And-
And both Wanky.
I'm Ty. Michael Bryant from Michael Bryant Photography. Yeah.
Do you want to tell them where they can find y'all or anything?
Nah. Y'all can ask me questions here on the Shop Talk.
Okay.
You can find me at Michael Bryant Photography. That's on Facebook, Instagram, all over. That's the name. So
Excellent photographer, y'all. Highly
Thank you.
highly
Appreciate
suggested. Check them out.
Yep, if you check
I
any of
came
my
here right after the shoot today, just for her.
Okay.
So,
But if you check any of my pictures from anything I've done, family-wise or anything, Mike's my
man,
photographer.
I forgot your USB.
I ain't gonna hold it against you. All right, so let's just jump right in. Like I said, the topic. So okay, no, let me do this. Can you guys tell them, like, as far as relationship-wise, like, how long have you been in the relationships that you're in?
Yeah, so I've been with my girlfriend since high school.
I don't know how long it is.
11th grade, so that was 10 years ago.
So this is a 10-year relationship, and you were in a.
I was in one, kind of off and on for 13 years.
So
I should have said I wasn't one, but I was in one for 10 years. It's
we're
over
not
now.
playing with this man.
It's over now.
We are not
That was
playing
my
with
longest
this
one I was in.
man.
Fuck no.
What?
I cannot.
You gotta
So-
be honest, book, with your podcast. You gotta be honest.
Yeah, I do want you to be honest. I don't know if I don't know about that one. So with this, so me and Tree were talking about men and commitments and how far they want to go or don't go, or why wait so long, or how long should women accept until the question is popped, or how that's supposed to be. So this is the reason for this topic. We brought some men on that have been in long-term relationships. So the first question would be, do you want to be married?
My answer is no.
So why would you not want to be married?
So my answer is no. I don't know. I never really wanted to get married, and then as I got older, I realized everybody that's married, that was married before, they either hate each other, they sleep in separate bedrooms in the same house, or they got different houses altogether. And what's the point of getting married if you're gonna do that?
Okay, no, I get that.
Like, even my
it's-
grandparents lived in
Yeah, I was
different
about to
houses,
say, so
but
it's
they
your
still
perception of
they still
what
took care of
marriage
each
is.
other. But like, what's the point of that? Like, I thought marriage was like, you get married, you got one house, y'all together forever, and marriage is never really like that. So what's the point of doing it?
Okay, so that's your example of marriage. That's the reason.
Yeah, I would,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like, okay, that makes sense. So what about you, Mike?
I mean, I'm not against it, and I'm not like, you have to get married.
Right.
So I'm neutral with it. If I'm in a situation and I feel like it's a win-win situation, we're on the same path, on the same level, mindset-wise, and I feel like this is it. I don't feel like, why not? You know what I mean? In life, you take chances, so it's like, if it don't work, it don't work.
Right.
It's not, you're not going to die if the marriage don't work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Just waste a hell of a lot of time.
but you can waste
Is
a lot
it a
of,
waste?
you can waste a lot of time.
It is a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of more money because you got to hire a divorce lawyer. Then if you got money, she might take some of your shit. So
Also,
yeah, it's a waste
do
of
a
time.
prenup. Just do a prenup. I feel like that.
But what
And
about
if she-
the,
and
what
if
about
she-
the women that don't
and
want
if
to
she
sign
loves you-
prenups because
if she loves you like
love
that-
them,
if she loves you like
you're
that,
not
she's cool with
supposed to
that.
sign a
Or
prenup.
marry him.
But here's the thing:
Yeah.
if I love you like that, whether I'm married or not,
I can
if I can make sure you're good, when I leave, I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm not, because if you leave me,
No, I'm saying like, no, but
go back to where
understand.
you came from.
No. Some things don't work not because of beef. It just don't work because
Right.
things just don't work, and you understand that. Like, you know what, this ain't working. Maybe we should go our separate way. And
If
it's
we ain't got no kids together, you're not getting taken care of by me.
not they taking care of it. Let's say like, you said you was in a
You
long-term
build
relationship, right?
together.
If you live together, Now it's like, okay, you know what? Well, I'll help out the bills right here till we move. I'll help you move. That's just there was no beef. It's not like you call it cheating.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. So marriage would be the same thing.
You good until we not good.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like you can waste time in a relationship that's not married.
Right. That's what my thing is.
So it's not about being married.
Like
You can waste. Let's say you're in a relationship for 10 years and it don't work. You just wasted 10 years, whether you was married or not.
That's true.
if that's how you think of it,
Yeah,
because it's not a waste.
It's not a
like,
waste. Ask yourself, did you have good times? Yes.
Right.
Did you learn some things? Yes. You just things didn't work, and that happens. That's life.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's a waste. Yeah. So marriage to me is like, okay. So that's why I'm saying I'm not against it. Like, oh, I don't want to get married.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the right situation, I feel like I got no beef. I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's say she's more about marriage, and I'm like neutral. I'm not gonna not get married. Why not? That's my thing. Why not? Why am I gonna tell her no if I don't have no major issues with her? Right. If I have major issues, I'm like, nah, because I don't. This ain't right. This ain't right. There's gonna be a reason why I'm saying no. I'm not just gonna be like, I don't trust marriage. I don't trust this for.
Right. Because it's what the thing about marriage is. It's what you and the other individual builds together.
You in that
it's a
relationship.
responsibility on both.
You in that relationship that long. You laying down, rickety raw. You taking a chance doing that, then get married.
That's a fact.
That's very true.
That's a fact.
So if you feel like you don't trust her, why you opinion like that?
It just seems like Thaddeus has a bit of a jaded view on marriage, and I can understand why, and I can see your perspective. But there's like so many other marriages that you can probably. I mean, I'm like you. I haven't seen shit in terms of a good marriage myself either, but. I know that there are a lot of other people I can look to say, okay, this is what a marriage could look like or could be. I don't really know no one married now that I think about it. I mean, I may have like 2 or 3 married friends. I'm talking about my generation. I probably have like 3 friends that are married, that have gotten married younger and are still married and seemingly happy.
Yeah, I got like 4 friends that are married.
What about just in
But
general?
they're married for reasons. Like one of my friends is in the army. He's strictly married so that he can get his army benefits, whether his girl know that or not. I know that.
Well,
I think
she gets more benefits than he does.
Yeah, exactly.
She's making out
no,
much
but
better than he did.
it's about what works for, like what they get as an overall. Like if it wasn't for him being in the army, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have got married.
And the other part is, I mean, it may be his benefit now, but like he's the one on the ground doing the soldier work. So if something happened, she's really about to go.
Yeah, but they they also got kids, so he's doing.
And
he might be
really
doing
about to
kids.
get. She really gonna get the guapo. So I mean, he might think it's a benefit to him, but
or he might be saying that it's a benefit.
Yeah,
like I feel like
too.
men say stuff just to, like younger men, I think say stuff just to like it's not cool to be like if a dude's like, oh, I'm madly in love with her. It's like, oh, you a bitch, like, you soft, or oh, I feel this, I feel that. It seems like it's like that, like very much more like, oh, he's caking, he's this, he's that. Like it's kind of looked down on if you loving up on a woman or something. Like
I gotta
Not-
say,
not
I gotta piggyback off that because when I was younger, I felt funny holding girls' hands.
See, I never felt like that.
Word.
But that had to do with a lot of our hood upbringing because I think we all
It made me
our
feel-
generation.
I realized once I was on some I'm a kid, I'd be like this it. But I felt like when they try to grab your hand.
All through the hood.
Yeah, see,
different generations. Yeah,
but what I'm trying to tell you is like when they reach for your hand, you kind of like, you know, I'm like grab my arm or something. You know, I feel more like holding hands, walking through. But then later, you're like, man, I don't care. I'm walking like this all over. But I just felt like kind of funny when I was younger. And they go reach for your hand.
Real quick, we had a comment from Eli Maggie. Thank you, Eli, for tuning in. He says, hello, I've been married for 51 years. The guy in the blue jeans is right on point. So he's agreeing with you, Mike. Right on point. Right on point.
Hi, Eli.
Okay.
You said 51 years?
51 years.
See, because he knows. He must know.
Real.
And that's the
long
thing.
time, Eli. Y'all still share the same room?
Exactly, because he is hilarious.
Okay.
Like
I
I want someone to be like,
I don't know anybody who didn't share a room. Is that like how old are your parents or grandparents?
Well, they passed away, but they.
Or was it like?
They was separated since their 50s. I know that.
Okay, so that might just be them.
So you talk about in terms of him, 51 years.
Right.
That's a long time.
51
He
years.
understands and knows, like,
Marriage,
you know,
my
like, yo,
Are they
things.
still in love, or they just too old to get a divorce? That's
God.
what I
But
want.
are you ever too old to get a divorce?
But let me tell you
Some
something
people
though.
just be like, "What's the point? We about to die tomorrow."
It was that-
I don't think
Well, I'll tell you
anybody
why.
sits
I'll
around
tell you
thinking
why.
they're
I'll
about
tell
to
you
die
why.
tomorrow.
I'll tell you why. Somebody who set long term like that, right?
Mhm.
Usually, you might take it. There's account of certain life insurance policies, certain retirement policies, to help them either one of them out, and they feel more comfortable knowing that even if they're not on keel, let's just say the relationship is like kind of at the end of the situation. As they're older, they're gonna look out for one another.
Right. And when you pro and con stuff,
You know what
like
I'm saying?
over
So
the
I think I
years,
have no problem. I have no problem taking care of a woman. Like,
No, but I'm talking
for
about
instance,
necessarily.
my
you talking
child's
about-
mother. I'm gonna take care of her because she has my son forever. Like I already said, I'm gonna buy her a house whether we're together or not. But is the house really for her? Yes and no. It's mainly for my son, and she's gonna live there because she's raising him. So I'm gonna take care of her forever too. But we don't gotta be married for me to do that.
But do you realize like your mentality is very marriage minded though?
Yeah.
You're on the mindset because there are people who are in relationships who feel like when we break up, we broke the hell up, and I don't care who kid, mine, yours, whoever. You pay your own rent.
Yeah.
So your mentality is literally like, I'm gonna hold down this family unit. Period. That's a
but
marriage
I was
mindset.
I was raised that you look out for family. So once you have a kid by me, you family forever.
That's a fact.
So you just gonna get taken care of like that. It's like I'm not saying I'm gonna pay the light bill in the house, but
Right. It's
I'm gonna buy the
responsibility.
house. I'm gonna pay the mortgage. Like it's what's gonna happen.
And that's an amazing mindset.
I was
to have.
about to
You're
say,
closer
that's
to where
amazing.
you're closer to the married mindset than you actually go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you realize.
you were really raised in a really good environment because if nothing else, they showed you hold down that unit.
Mhm.
You made this unit,
makes
you hold
a
that unit
difference.
down,
Yeah, for
and that's
sure.
amazing. So
So you've been in a
kudos to you.
relationship, right?
Mhm.
You ever feel like, yo, I love you. I don't want nobody else like you. It's all about you. Have you ever felt that kind of love?
Yeah, at first, for sure.
At
That's
first,
how
right?
it was at first, yeah.
Okay. If that continued, you don't think that could have been like, yo, I don't see myself going nowhere. I'm gonna be with you forever. That sometimes get people into marriage because in their mind, that's how they're feeling when they do it. Now, some people do marry for security reasons. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
But some people marry for that reason alone. You get what I'm saying? So,
I mean, yeah.
and let's say you constantly they constantly made you feel like that.
I feel like every
That's
relationship
when it's
you
like-
feel like that. Like
That's why
every
some
relationship
people
I've
get on
been
their
in, whether it's been a year, 4 years, I always been like, I love this girl. I want to be with her forever. Until she aggravated me, then I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna marry you. It's not gonna work out.
But I'm
But
saying,
I never entered a relationship telling a girl that I wanted to get married anyway. I let girls know off rip that marriage is off the table for me.
Mhm.
And if you stay, you stay. You can be my girlfriend forever. And technically, ain't you, when you together for 10 years or plus, ain't you technically considered married anyway?
I don't do that.
What's the
Yeah,
big
that's
deal?
like this, like to me, and that I think that is so sad for someone to be sitting around talking about we've been together for 10 years, so technically we're married. Like, no, sir, that don't work for me. Like, if the common law and all that or whatever, I would never. I could be in a relationship for 10 years, and if he did not ask me to marry him, I would never be sitting around. Like, technically we're married. Like, because
I don't
technically
expect
we're
you to
not.
say it,
I want
but,
you to.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so this is the part that confuses me about people that do decide to be long term, forever, whatever. Like, so I guess there's some people who, if both of you go into this, like, okay, me and Mike are in a relationship. I don't want to be married. He don't want to be married. We're good. That's golden.
some people,
But if you walk into a relationship, so if I walk in and I'm like, oh, I want to be married, and he knows he don't want to be married, like to me, it's like both of us have a like responsibility to not
To part ways,
connect
right?
it. Yeah, but people
So-
don't do that.
Exactly. What about the women that be like, all right, I met this dude, he don't want to get married, but I'm gonna stay anyway. And then 10 years down the line, they always talking shit with their homegirls, like he won't marry me.
Well,
He said he didn't want to marry you.
I understand that, and I have a great example for that because
People
the whole
change.
thing,
People mindset
exactly. It's
Your
like for
mindset might
me,
change.
if I met you and you were like, oh, I don't want to be married, whatever, especially the conversation we just had, I, as a woman, would be like, you haven't met me yet. Like, you gonna think real
no,
different.
but and
I
it's funny
really
because-
feel like that. I don't be like on no, like my dead ass situation be like, yo, you're gonna feel different once you've experienced me because we will want to be, because I'm gonna put my all into it and I expect you to do the same, and then it goes like that. So yeah, a year or two later, I don't expect you to still be sitting around like, nah, I don't ever want to be married. I would be looking like, what? You've experienced me.
What if
Like,
it wasn't that special?
well, then I really feel like then you should walk away at that point.
But
Because if
you have-
someone's
you
not special enough to marry, but they're special enough to hold on to for 7, 8, 9, 10 plus years, it's like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
What,
you're playing,
some people don't
I
even
call
have
it playing house.
some people don't even have a point to being married though. They just literally
What do you mean?
they just want to be married. They might want to be married because their friends is married. They might want to be married because if they heard growing up is what they're supposed to do. They don't even really want to be married. They're just doing it because
For pressure.
they're getting older and they're like, yo, I'm getting
Yes.
older. I got to do this.
I
It's something I
understand
gotta
what
do.
he's saying on that one.
You
Some
don't
people
gotta
grow
get married your whole
because
life.
they feel like their time is running out. Like, oh, I should be married, or you know, there's always like a time frame of marriage thing.
Like women be like, I'm about to be 35. I need to get married. Like,
and people, you know what? Hold on. People ask us questions. How come you're not married? Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's
People
no
ask me like,
time limit.
oh, how come you're not married? You're not married yet? As if people put the pressure on.
Yeah.
That was the question exactly. Do you feel any pressure in society or in your relationship to commit in any way?
I feel no pressure, but I know a lot of people do feel the pressure, and I just want to know why y'all feel the pressure to get married.
And I wouldn't even rock with somebody who feel that kind of pressure. I feel like you're on someone like, what I'm saying, you know, I'm like, you're for me, you're soliciting marriage for the wrong reasons.
Like, I feel
You want a time frame, you want a timeline like, I should be married, you know, yeah, I ain't going on.
yeah.
That's the wrong
And I
mindset.
get
You're
annoyed
making
when
a
girls
mistake.
be like, "Oh, my homegirl just got married. Why am I not married yet?" Like, my
That's
homegirl, that was
very
her
different.
dude.
I agree
Like,
with that.
It's the same thing though.
But no, on that one, for me, I feel like if I'm in a relationship and we're moving forward and like we've grown, like the next step generally is marriage. So for me, it's like in his age category, I understand if he's saying like, no, I don't want to get married. But for me, it's like I'm dating men my age or a little older. Like, no, I don't want to look at you. Me and you didn't rock. Let's say we hit in 2-3 years. For me, if we're literally hitting, like we're not like, oh, I don't like this about you. Oh, I don't like that. Like we're really growing. To me, the natural thing would be marriage. Because for a woman, or for me, I don't know if I should speak for all women, but for me, when somebody marries you or someone asks you to marry them, it's literally them solidifying like, yo, I want you for the rest of my life. I feel, yeah, but I think so. Why not?
Because some people marry for security. Some people marry because they feel like time is running out. Some people marry because they don't feel no sense of love. They want some kind of belonging. So there's
people get
different
because they
reasons.
don't got nobody else.
There are
And
different
they know they're
reasons.
not gonna get nobody.
See,
else.
now what you're
They just
saying
be like,
sounds
just
good,
finish
but
it.
everyone doesn't think like that.
Yeah, but for me, it's like to be with someone who, like, so me and you are together, and then I'm like, so because I don't walk into anything like, oh, I want to be married. That's not my,
I understand that.
mindset. But at my age and my status in life, like I do feel like I don't want to. It feels like a waste of time after a while. Like if I spend 5 years with you and we have good years, to me, it's like the marriage is the cherry on top. Like, yo, we're committing our lives to each other. We're combining. We're becoming like a team, a unit, one. We agree that it's me and you. Like, forget all that other stuff, especially at this age. I feel like I'm not saying,
I feel like
oh, you gotta
now,
marry me because I'm old and I'm desperate,
Yeah.
or oh, because I can't get nobody else. Boy, bye. That's not it. Like, no. And to me, low key, I feel like a man that I'm loving that tells me he loves me should be flattered and want the same. Like, it should go back.
But you know what though? Honestly, everybody's on their best behavior in the beginning.
Exactly.
So
What's
to
the
me,
beginning?
It's the honeymoon
beginning.
stage.
Let me tell you
How long
something.
it lasts?
Beginning.
It could
Let
be.
me tell you
It could
something.
be the first 3 years.
yes,
It could be the first
you find out some
3 years.
you find out some trauma 3 years later, 4 years like, then you realize like, oh,
Not here for that.
this ain't, and everybody's in their best behavior, blah 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 blah. But now when it settled in, when the dust clears, like this person got trauma in their life, and now it's like that's why why divorce happened so quickly. They got married, everything was gravy. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, yo, this is not the same person that I married.
Exactly.
And now here comes the
People
infidelity.
change.
And here comes the like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. What
We had a
happened?
couple of comments from YouTube actually.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Michael. He said that both people have a choice in the matter, not just him. Totally agree. It's not just on the guy to determine where we go or how this moves forward.
That's
So
a fact.
the women, and then he also said, if anything, many women ain't trying to get married these days, or at least marriage is very low on their priority list. I don't know if I agree with that.
A lot of women are putting their profession. There are a lot of women, and some people dudes too, but a lot
Thank
of
you for
women
your
are like,
comment, Michael. I appreciate you. Thank you.
thank you. A lot of women are trying to, well, let me get myself right first, because they want the independence and not have to feel like I'm gonna get married, cut my life short, and then depend on this man. So it's like, let me get order. A lot of women say that, like, oh, I'm gonna get myself together, I'm gonna get my education, I wanna like put myself in a position, then I'll get married. So a lot of women on that. A lot of
and
women
I
on that.
like that.
I
You
think-
want to
but I
get
think
yourself
that's
together
okay.
and then come.
Yeah.
No, but we
As
answer the point
younger.
about saying like
Yeah.
women only
That's
too.
cool.
So they might be in a
Yeah.
relationship, be like, well, I'm trying to get my career in order, I'm trying to get my, in their mind, they're like, I don't want to get sidetracked with that. Like I don't want to be a mother right now. I don't want to be the wife at home. I just want to focus. And so everybody's trying to build themselves and then connect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what's up. You should build yourself before.
No, but I'm saying, but
But saying that, so it still just goes back to me, like for the amount of time. So you just like the relationship is not bad because you stayed for that long.
Yeah.
You just don't. So okay, the other party, do they want to get married? Because maybe they. So they do.
But I told her a long time ago, I don't want to get married. But I also have told her that I would marry her at a later time in life. Like I'm only 28. I don't want to get married in 28. I might want to get married in my 40s though. But that's a problem for her.
You're only 28. You're only a father too. I mean, like what the hell? I mean, like you're a dad. You're responsible for a whole goddamn human.
Yeah, and I take care of him.
I know you do, but I'm just saying, like that's the responsibility of a person kind of supersedes a lifetime commitment that at any point that you decided, I don't think this is working, you can remove yourself from. You can't never remove yourself from your kid. So you've combined your energy to this woman, well, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, you've combined your lifetime to this woman in that way, totally, in that, you know what I mean? So, like,
so just because we have a kid,
no, not at all. But I'm
Nope.
just saying, if you love her and you're already there, and everything is everything, why? Especially if that's something she going to kind of lend itself to what Mike's saying. If we're together and I love you and everything is rocking the way I need it to rock, why not? And if it's not, then why not do the things or see if y'all can find a way to make that work to satisfy that need for her? Because you may just like it. You don't want to have your last name. I mean, that's dope.
And I hear that, right? Piggyback off what you just said, even though I said that, if they feel like, okay, I'm doing everything right, and I know I'm on point, he's saying I'm on point.
What if
he
they
doesn't
not
want
doing
to go
everything
further?
right?
No, I'm saying let's say they are.
Right.
Right? And now you're like, I just don't want to. That the woman will start to question the relationship.
You know what's up.
The woman will question the relationship.
Right.
She'll be like, okay, so I don't get it.
Like I'm showing up in the best way.
Thing, blah, blah, blah. Like now, so it's like, is something wrong with me? And once they start questioning themselves, the relationship, it's either a matter of like, they start having doubt. Maybe I'm not for him. Maybe it's something about me. So now, even though you might not feel that way, because you just might be caught up on, I don't get married, it has nothing to do with you, I just don't trust marriage. She's taking it personal now. If she's doing everything right, if she feel like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and it's like, damn, and you're like, no. So it's like, I understand your mindset, but it's like, you're saying no. They start questioning themselves now.
Even
So
the
why
whole
would you-
thing about the children.
Why would you question yourself if you asked at the beginning of the relationship if your partner wanted to be married? Why would you question yourself?
Okay, no, we're not talking about that. I was talking about her when she said,
Yes,
about,
she did, but
yeah, I wasn't really going about, see, I hear what you're saying. Now, if you say you don't want to get married, they say, it's cool. And they get with you and they're like, what happened? Obviously, they changed the game. So I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I was talking about what she was saying about as far as like I'm doing everything right, you know, because we had a conversation earlier about, well, if everything's on point, why not? But what if they are on point? Now it's like, well, what's going on?
Or even what is the mindset of you are someone good enough for me to sleep with, someone good enough for me to possibly live with, someone good enough for me to take care of, someone good enough to carry my child and raise it. But nah, I ain't trying to marry you. Like, I don't understand the thought process. To me, it's like,
Because
Well, it depends if you plan that out. Let's keep it real. Some children wasn't planned.
Of course, some
So
children.
they didn't like say, hey, let's take a baby. Now when it's like that, in my mind, you're like, you must think this is the real deal. But you're like, hey, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna paint it pink, we're gonna paint it blue. I used to always think like, yo, if I get married, so when I do it, I wanna make sure like we're set up like, okay, look, we paint the room pink or blue and we're straight. Like you can take maternity leave and we're okay. Not just like, so if you're planning that, I'm a question like, damn, y'all supposed to make a baby. Like you planned all this out. If you plan that. So then I'm a question like, somebody.
Have
So
you
I hear what
not
you're saying.
planned, if you're with somebody and you're in a relationship with them for multiple years and you're sleeping with them without any type of protection, you are absolutely not accidentally getting pregnant or getting them pregnant.
Well,
That's not an accident.
First of all,
We use
people-
that so often.
People can talk about the on the
So
pill.
I not get
and
personal, 'cause
people
in my
pull out
situation,
gankety weight.
there was a reason why.
So
She was on birth control for a long time. When she got on birth control, she just happened to get pregnant.
That's not
She got off birth control.
So I
Yeah,
guess
but
it's
like,
not birth control. They're
It
saying you
still
should have
wasn't.
been
It
got on
still
birth
wasn't the
control
game
to
plan.
get
Like, all right,
pregnant.
you about to have a baby. Like, it still wasn't the game.
Did you know she got off birth control?
I did, but it was. The reason
What was
she
the
got
plan?
off wasn't the reason she got off wasn't to have a baby.
Oh, okay.
It was
Okay.
other reasons behind it. So it was like,
Did you change up your behavior after she got the bill?
no, because I hate condoms.
Okay, so listen. Now when I say that, I don't get too vocal, but what I mean by that, like, was a pull-out game, or you just stayed in there, let it do what it do?
I'm
So-
pull out game, but sometimes pull out game don't work.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that when that changed, so when the birth certificate, when the birth control,
Brought him all the way to the end.
when the birth control thing changed,
When you sign the paper.
then you kind of should have changed, because now it's like, okay, well, damn, there's a possibility now. So that, I'm just saying.
But I also wanted a kid though.
Okay, we
Yeah,
got another
women don't
comment
be
from
wanting kids
our
as
buddy
much as
Mike.
men.
Michael, I'm sorry, Michael. He says men are best prepared in life to parent in marriage when they hit their 40s. Men can always get a younger woman who wants children, especially if he finally gets his act together, which is fucking unfortunate. Because then they start hanging around in high schools and shit and start doing that bullshit, which is fucking like disgusting. Just for the record, I do not like men that deal with people that my children ages. I think that's fucking creepy. And I think you're pigs. That's just me though, personal opinion. Oh well, if you don't like it. But
So I do want to piggyback off what you said though. What's wrong with men not wanting to be married till he's 40?
No,
Because women
nothing.
have a problem with that though.
no, I don't think there's
A
anything
lot of
wrong
women
with
have
that.
problems with
Let me
that.
tell you
Like, why you want to marry me when you washed up?
Let me tell you
Maybe
something.
that's what I want
Let
to
me tell you
marry
something. Let me tell you
That's
something,
what I
right?
feel like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a true story.
Who said I'm gonna be washed up at 40 though? You don't know that?
Check this out.
Just talk about how
Check this
That's
out,
what I'm
right?
saying.
I actually was questioning. Like, I love my father and his wife's relationship. When I love my mother, right? This is my stepmom. But I'm like, the way she is, I'm like, yo, I would love a woman like her. And I give her props all the time. I asked my father one time, I said, Dad, hey, what is y'all like married? He's like 30. So when I was like 20, I feel like I still had a chance. I'm thinking like, okay, it ain't too late.
Wait,
Because
when you say you love the way she is, you mean like she traditional? Like she's the traditional value of a wife?
she is a great
a
woman,
lot
and
of
she's been
women
there
now
for
are
him.
not traditional whatsoever.
Okay, but now I'm talking about her in general, right?
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that because of what they have, I love what they have, right? I was wondering if it's too late for me. Like, I honestly questioned, like, damn, Dad, when did y'all kind of, when they said like 30, I'm 31, 32, I'm like, okay, so that time. Meaning, like, because I want that. I mean, you want that kind of connection. I don't care that. I want that kind of connection. I'm cool with that.
So it's super disappointing to me to hear the reverse of it. Like, there ain't no real relationships out here. People get married and then they break right up, or they be in separate rooms and all this. And to me, it's like in every relationship, there's no such thing as like you marry and then all of a sudden everything's miraculous. Like in every relationship, it is work.
Whether you're married or not.
Whether you're married or not. And for me, it's like being in a long-term relationship, there's going to be peaks, like up and down. Like you're gonna have different. Sometimes she might be amazing, and sometimes she might be a piece of shit. But it goes up and down. It's like the quality of a life. Me and Trina have been friends. We ain't lesbians. We've been friends for fucking what? Almost like 35 years, something like that. Sometimes I'm like, this girl is like my fucking everything. And sometimes I'll be like, yo, she get on my motherfucking nerves. But nigga, I would never discredit her as a, like there's some stuff I don't like, and some stuff I really like, and then some stuff I hate, and some stuff I love. But like that builds the quality of our friendship. Same thing in a relationship. There's never gonna be that, oh, she does this right, she does that right, he does this right, he does that right. We're always gonna work. We're flawed. We're humans.
So because I'm not willing to marry you means I don't value you?
Well, to me, when you are in a relationship for 10 years, I don't know about y'all, but for me, I personally do not want to go 10 years with anybody and not get married.
Okay,
I don't want
check
that.
this out.
That's just me personally.
Check this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about those folks who are married 4 and 5 times?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so listen.
For them, I don't want to do that a bunch of times, but I am okay with that.
You went to the altar 4 to 5 times and said I do forever. And it was over? Just like that?
Hold on, get it. I'm gonna hold on. I'm only saying that because you said 10 years. People who married like 3-4 years, divorced.
6
they get
months,
married 2 years later,
Mm-hmm.
married. 6 years later, divorced, married.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you ask yourself that, they could have been married within 15 years 3 times.
Yeah.
And they got it right on the 15th year.
Right.
So what would have been the difference of them being in a relationship that they thought was cool and just say, okay, yeah, this is it, 15 years. All right.
Like, what if
they thought like that?
What
she's great. This is great.
Years and he don't marry you, and then y'all break up, and then you get married and divorced 3 times after him. You should have just stayed with the dude that you was with for 10 years because he actually loved you. He valued you. He took care of you. These other dudes just married you because it was something you wanted to do.
And let's make this clear. It's all about the heart and the mind. The paper doesn't keep nobody together.
No, it's not the paper. This is.
I'm just saying, no. But it's about the heart and mind.
It's absolutely about the heart and mind. And the reason why I'm okay with stuff falling apart is just like the relationship. It's just like you said. If it's just about the paper, like, oh, okay, so I was in a relationship for 5 years, and then that fell off, and then I was in a relationship for 3 years, and then that fell off, and then so.
People do marry.
But it was a relationship. But so what's the difference?
What's the difference is going to court. Maybe just
so
no,
I'm just
saying you asked me what the difference. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. You asked me what the difference.
No, I agree.
Going to court and doing all that's the difference.
Yeah, but for me, it's like when you choose the marriage stuff. To me, it's like you're choosing more than what everybody else out here does because even that part shows like an extra responsibility, like an extra commitment because. Okay, me and you are together for 5 years, and now we're married, and now we're going through a hard time. We both still got to think, damn, do I want to get rid? Like, yeah, like we're married. This is a unit. We're supposed to be forever. Like, can we rebuild this? Can we repair this? Blah, blah, blah. But if we was together, no marriage, you could move out and and then it's like, we're done. Like, oh, too bad. Like, it didn't fucking work.
It's sad, too, because I've heard somebody tell me, yeah, man, my wife's getting my nerve, blah, blah, blah. You know, man, it's cheaper to keep it. Why you want to think like that?
Yeah, I think that's terrible.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying what you hear. So now they're like, cheaper to keep it. So now it's like, guess what? It's no longer love. It's business now. It's no longer love. It's business. Like, it's cheaper to keep it.
I mean, yeah, so
imagine a person got like houses.
It's situational. For me, I'm like, it's never gonna be cheaper to keep me because I don't care. You can take your shit.
No, I'm just
but
I'm telling you,
nobody's nothing. When
I'm telling you, if it's rocky, people are like that. Dudes is like, you know what?
It
gets ugly.
It does.
It gets ugly.
I agree.
So some people on that time was like, you know what? I'm not saying he's thinking like that, but my thing is like, well, why not just get a prenup?
I would sign a prenup. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
And I think, if somebody like you now, somebody said that to me, if I say let's do a prenup, they're like, yeah, this is it.
What do I?
Because in my mind, it's like
just a long-term relationship.
No, you're married. It just means that
you're secured on your end.
No, you know what that means? Let's say I was with her and she opened up 30 salons across the United States, and now she's a gazillionaire.
Yeah.
If we split up, guess what? I don't get none of that.
That's her.
Let's say my business just took off. I don't get none of that. So that just protects us financially.
Right.
Well,
just
I don't got nothing.
I mean,
house
for me,
and I'm trying to get the prenup and get my goddamn house.
You understand?
Well, see, I don't even feel like that. Like,
but you know what though?
I'm weird about that. Like, I would sign it just if that's the security thing. But to me, also, I don't know. I'm not cut from that. To me, it's like whatever we come into. I don't. Everything we.
You understand what I'm saying? It made me feel like
But
You
to
don't
me,
wanna-
it's like,
it's gonna be,
man,
I mean, for this,
Wait,
and
this
we're
is-
gonna build because you know, like if you have that kind of mindset, if you be scrolling along the way and you got the way for you be all set. Like if your husband, you married, and your husband is looking out for you, and he's like, oh baby, here's $1,000. Then if you're smart, you're gonna spend 500 and save 500. Like if you're smart, you know what I mean? So
You should be worried about your own security at the end of the day anyway.
no, that's a fact.
But
Everybody
you know what?
should
The
take care of
truth,
themselves.
but the thing about marriage, honestly, it's a union that should come together, work, whether it's financially together, because now you're together. So now it's not about just me. It's not about her. It's about what can we build? Just our security alone. You know what I'm saying? So it's supposed to be some type of security based on what you built
So,
together.
right, that's a fact.
So it's nothing about like what you got. It's like, hey, we're together. So now guess what? We can do this, or we should do this, or let's make this move because it'll set us up in a financially later.
Right.
It becomes your partner. We're humans. We actually, I love companionship. Let me be clear about that. I love companionship. So to me, it's like we're human. This is what we do. We meet somebody, we grow, we glow, we blow, we be together. That's life. So I'm all for that. But at the same time, you know, you still got to be cognizant of like things happen.
Right.
But things happen. Things happen. Period. That's my things happen. But it doesn't mean like, well, I don't want to get married because of it. That's why I'm saying I'm not against it, and I'm not saying you need to be married. I'm not against it. I'm not saying you need to be married. It's your prerogative.
I mean, I feel like that too.
You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
like I've talked to a lot of women who end up in long-term relationships that maybe they didn't even come into it like, oh, I want to be married. But like, I do know, speaking to several women, that once you hit a certain point of years with a man and he hasn't, I feel like it makes you feel, I don't know, is it not
Maybe a little
insecure,
inadequate,
but like,
possibly.
yeah, like not like you don't measure up, like you're looked at in society. The society part for y'all, the pressure of getting married, flip that around to the woman who decides to commit to a man for all these years. It's like, you ain't good enough. Like, oh yeah. And then, or saying stuff like, for my kid, like, for the kid, like, I'm the wife, I'm the girlfriend, I'm the woman, I'm the mate, the partner. The kid didn't do nothing. The kid just came in this motherfucker.
We're missing something. There's something we live out that's important. What about the person you get into a relationship with that came out of marriage? And their mind is like, you know, I did it for so long, I don't want to do it. I gotta respect that too. Right. And somebody else might want to respect it. You know, married for 20 years or 15 years, and I just feel like I'm not in a rush to do that. What about that person? What do you say to that person? Now it's not a time frame. It's like, it was horrible for me. Marriage part was kind of, I just felt like really torn, and I just want to do it like this way.
But what about people that grew up with their parents being married and just see their parents go through a terrible marriage? Like, my parents are not married, but like, I'm just saying, people that have, they just don't want to be married because they think their marriage might end up like that.
But
that is wrong.
But there's always a flip side. There's always a flip side. There's people. There's always a flip side. I was with somebody who their parents have been married for years, and that's what they know. So it's all about the mindset. It's a mindset.
It is.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? Like I've never been done dirty by a chick, like a female guy. Like, so when people be like, "Yo, chick's dirty," I'm like, I don't relate to that.
Right.
I don't know.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Like, you get dirty by females all the time. It's just they be
because people are picking on. You see a booty, you see a cute, like, yo, but you're not even checking the mindset of the mental. You're just looking at the whole outer frame, and you don't even realize. You just want to, yo, she's dope, or yo, just like, girl, he's fly, he's driving, he's cute, but he's a whole hooter, and he's a whole trauma unit. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you just seen the flesh, you just seen the outer. So a lot of times, guys gotta blame themselves. For the life of me, I can't understand, and no offense to certain celebrities, I can understand why certain celebrities that be in these certain circles that get around, and you like, yo, I got them, and you go wife up like, dude, this ball player. You see what she's doing. She's for fun.
Like a Lori Harvey, that's what he's talking about.
Who's that?
What the fuck?
That is terrible.
Who's that?
Because
Harvey
they mad niggas, and then Michael B. Jordan just snatched her up.
I'm just saying, like, she just happened to be had been dating out in public. She's not doing nothing different than nobody else is doing.
Oh no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about meaning like somebody super fly, but you see that she's been with this ball. Like she's trying to do a certain tier, right? But I'm just saying.
That's right.
Now, to me, people make the same mistake on a lower level. You don't realize, right? Yeah, I had this conversation with somebody. I said, even think when we was younger, you said that chick that was sitting on the porch all day, she might have been cute, got cute to sit on the porch. You don't realize that, but she was cute to sit on the porch. You might walk by, she's like, hey, what's up? You done made her your girl and wife and then realize later, like, oh, then you want to call her name later. You knew that she was on the porch. You met her on the porch chilling, drinking Cisco, drinking wine, chilling. But you know what I'm saying? But you didn't. All you saw, she's cute, she's fly, and she got tired. So the chick was working all day. Oh, she always busy. She go over here, she's chilling. She doing. I ain't doing nothing. Come through. Yeah, come on over. We chilling, having drinks.
I'm going for the shorty that's always at work. I know what you be doing.
No, but
at work.
But what I'm saying though is that
He's so
it's a mistake. This is the mistake that people make.
Right. No, I know what you mean.
You get what I'm saying? So now it's like the relationship was raggedy because it actually was raggedy before it even started. You just didn't know because you saw something
people
different.
chose raggedy. I mean, you
That's
chose
just
raggedy and you just thought, you know what I mean? You put the lipstick on the pig and think it wasn't going to stop drinking. No, fam, like that's a pig. It's still a pig.
Just like, when people talk trash about me.
I know I'm always like the Captain Save 'em of everything, but to me it's like even them pigs, maybe they got done dirty or didn't know no better or something like if you see her, she's cute and whatever, you see the potential in her or whatever. Like there's some people that just be trash. Like I guess that's fine. But then there's sometimes, isn't it like there's some type of level of responsibility on both of you to level up or hold each other accountable or move forward
so you
like
said
that? Or,
at some point you become grown. I'm sorry.
yeah.
At some point, and I'm not trying to knock anybody who had like trauma like when it was 15, 16, but it's like, okay, you was 15, 16, 17, right? You're 40.
Read the comments too.
You're 40 something now. So stop holding something against a relationship you used in your teens to like, you know what? You're 47. You was 17 when that happened.
Oh no, I mean it depends on
it's time to
definitely
move forward.
depends on the trauma or whatever.
No,
but like
I'm
I
talking
do
about
agree
relationship
with you
trauma was
saying,
for like,
yeah.
oh, dude. Okay, so now you want to go into like, I don't trust no women. Women ain't shit. Or I don't trust no dudes. Like, dudes ain't shit. All dudes ain't shit. No, the dudes you're dating ain't shit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Can I jump in with a couple of comments, guys?
Yeah.
So we got a few comments from Facebook. News says, what's the goal of a relationship if it's not marriage? So we can fill that question out. The second question comes
That would be all.
The second question comes from Yvette, and she says the difference is that you make a promise to the Lord.
Okay.
It's even worse. That's even worse. What was the name, Yvette?
Yvette, yeah.
That was even worse, Yvette. Because people lie to the Lord every day.
And we
Y'all
got
be
one
lying
more
to
comment
yourself.
from Facebook. We got one more comment from YouTube that we want to respond to. And this is Michael, and he says, so many younger women associate marriage with the loss of freedom and being controlled by a man potentially. Younger women want to have full control in the relationship so they can focus on making their money and assets first, and they're cool with a man for fun companion for the meantime. Trauma follows you into old age if you never addressed it. I totally agree with you on that last statement. It absolutely does follow you everywhere you go if you do not address it.
And I also say get some therapy if you have some
let's
trauma
get
and
back
you're
to the
aware of it.
question
That's
from
the
the-
responsibility of the
first
person.
We're gonna go back to Newt's question. What's the point of a relationship if it's not marriage? So let's hear that one.
companionship.
Okay.
Companionship.
You just need someone to be with.
Companionship.
That's it.
Companionship.
Like waiting on me.
You ask a question, so it's companionship.
I didn't go into the relationship our first day like I'm gonna marry you. So
Companionship.
why you asking me what's the point? Like,
And we're human and it's natural.
You're supposed to grow into so obviously you don't walk into something on the first day, but like at some point you don't feel like is there an end goal? So or is it just like the relationship
Her
is
question
the
made
whole
it
goal?
seem like what's the point of the relationship if we're not getting married? You should stay single then. That's the point of the relationship. You shouldn't be in one. Because clearly you want to be married from the beginning, right?
I
That's the way
personally
she
don't want
asked
to
her
be
question,
married
though.
just to
if
be
you're gonna
married.
be in a relationship, if the end goal isn't to solidify and be something more than what you are, then what do you get into a relationship? Otherwise, just chilling.
Okay,
and
but
don't be in a relationship. Just kick it.
well, this is for myself. It starts off with companionship, and of course, I'm hopeful for the climax. But I don't go in that day like that week and be like,
But
nobody
are you
goes
dating
in that
with
day
the
or that
idea that
week.
this person could be
So
a potential
So my thing is,
relationship, or are you dating freely? You know
No,
what I'm
when you
saying?
date-
Like, are you dating
I
with
date for the-
intention?
in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay,
So what if I don't want to not marry you till we 20 years in? Am I wrong for having you as a 20-year girlfriend? And then on the 20th year, I'm like, you know what? She really means the world to me. I want to marry her. Am I wrong for that?
Nobody's right or wrong.
I don't think it's
I
right or wrong.
wrong.
I just think that's crazy as hell, personally, for me, though.
It's
I don't think it's right or wrong for me.
What about like
For me,
5?
that's
What
just
about
crazy
5
as hell.
or 3?
But I don't go into
That's a long
relationships
time.
on some, oh, I need to be married. My whole thing, I don't even give a fuck about married. The last relationship I was in, I did. I'm like, oh, I love this man. I don't typically feel like this. I want to marry him. So for that, that's how that felt. But there's tons of relationships that I had that I wasn't like, that marriage wasn't even a thought. So it's that specific individual. It's not every, I mean, I'm sure some people go into it like, I got to get married by such this time, or this got to be the end goal, this got to be that. For me, it's like individual. Like, if I'm with you for this amount of time and you make me feel this way, or we get to this point, like, yo, my thought is, what are we not, like, isn't marriage the level up?
Right, and that goes to what.
But why is marriage the level up though? Why?
Because that's like, you know what?
That's just the way society used to be. Society's not like that no more.
No, well, even no, that's not true. Society
Society's
absolutely
not like that no more.
no.
Relationships in society now, they.
You know what's so funny he's saying that? Because it's like you talk about, Kevin saying, he was talking about what is this modern girl, or now everybody wants to be professional, and you talk about your doctorate degree and all this stuff, but you're not even.
But you
like,
can't cook.
No, not even that. Like, so I see what he's saying, because guess what? Unfortunately,
You want to get married?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why in a sense. I'm gonna tell you why in a sense I understand what he's saying. Think about marriage like 40, 50 years ago, when it was like, okay, you talk about affordability, you talk about one income controlling the household and being able to sustain, right? Now it's like, it's two, need it. It's expensive. Now the woman wants to make sure her career is intact. He wants to make sure his career is intact. So now you got two people who are basically continuing education, not spending time. So now everybody's grinding to try to level up, but the energy's not going into the actual companionship. It's going into building themselves up. I'm telling you.
Sure,
and now
like
think about it.
It's like you really just got someone there so you can get some whenever you want. Cause
You
on the grind, you trying to get your shit together. She trying to get her shit together, and y'all just happen to be fucking each other. That's the way it be.
See, now I don't think like that. I mean, but
if you just working, y'all both just working on yourself.
I'm working.
No, but I'm saying, but
You
see,
can't
you
just
going to
work.
school.
You in a relationship,
But-
you're not
but
just
what
working
but
on
listen,
yourself.
I'm talking about what he's saying. What society has created is people trying to get ahead financially on their own, like in general. So now that whole thing about, oh, I'll be off at 5, and yes, baby, and I'll make sure that this. It's like, yo,
It's not a thing.
Well,
the
the thing-
society might have like the way the thing's set up now. It seems like you have to pay to breathe.
No, I think today.
So now everybody stops. So I see what he's saying in terms of like things change.
Things have changed, but also I think that the average person today is not like, oh, I'm trying to go to school, oh, I'm trying to work on me and get me together. I think even younger people, some of them may be, I mean, it goes back and forth, but I think a lot of it is, so we're going to be in a relationship. I'm going to work, you're going to work. So yeah, there's no more. I'm sitting at home and cooking and cleaning and you're working. We're both working. So we both come home. So yeah, when we get home, why the hell is it my responsibility to cook, clean, take care of the kids,
I cook and clean, so you
and make money, be successful, continue? Like, no, that's too much on any human. Like, no guy should be doing all that. No woman should be doing all that. The goal for me, I can't speak for anybody else. The goal for me would be, I'm gonna try to level the hell out of this hair salon, this podcast, and blow the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
I still cook and clean. I still love on a man when I'm with them. Like, all that still is all there. And I would expect the exact same. I expect him to also, you know, I expect him to do maybe not the exact same, but at least match my fly, right?
Okay.
Isn't that what it's about?
I get that. Well, hold on. We missing things, right? Because everybody who's calling about, oh, marriage. A big percent of those women, if you're talking about the diamonds this big,
they good.
They like, you don't love me like that.
Oh, we didn't even get to that
Oh,
part.
I got you, brother. I got you, bro. Let me tell you something. I got you. So anybody come up, wait a
I'm
minute.
gonna tell you right now, if the ring size matter, you don't give a fuck about marriage.
No, wait a minute. I got more. And then they're looking like this big lavish wedding on Instagram. That's what I want.
And if you can't
So
walk
you want
into
the wedding,
clubhouse
or
and
do you
just
want the
him?
you want
don't
the
give a
wedding?
fuck
Or
about
do you want,
marriage.
listen, you want the wedding? Do you want the
I agree
commitment?
with that.
You want the big diamond? You want the commitment? There's people who got there's dudes who got mad cake. They'll get you a ring this big, and but guess what? They got 40 other chicks,
Mm.
and you go like, girl, we went to Aruba and the wedding out there. Even they rent out the whole space, and you happy about that. But guess what? He got 4 different chicks, and you because he got bread. It's not about the but
So I don't know if y'all heard, but that 5% of men, they be cheating.
No, but no, hold
That
on,
5% of rich
no.
men, they be
But I'm
getting
just
it
saying,
on.
but-
I'm just saying.
I'm saying, don't be talking about the marriage thing if you got a problem with the size diamond you get or the size wedding you have. You're not concerned about marriage. You're concerned about
How you look
come on,
to
man.
your peers.
So that's what I got a problem with. If somebody said, guess what? I ain't got no ring, but I want to marry you. Watch
you
the
can't
teeth
take
suck.
this silver band.
So you want to be married or you just so
I want to be married.
I mean, you
with
can't
a
just
ring,
show up with
my love.
fucking with
No.
fucking your heart.
No.
Like,
no, see, I was being
Listen,
what I was in, I was exactly what I'm
like
saying
you
is that
just
what I'm saying is that
Walmart style.
guess what?
Like,
Guess
Yeah.
what? It's not a 2.5 carat.
it could
It's
be
a
from
quarter
Walmart.
carat.
Yeah.
Right? But it's
It's a ring.
it's my promise to you.
No. Yeah, I get
Guess what? Well, I didn't do the church. Well, my cousin's backyard is big enough, and that's what we're gonna do.
But there's a lot of women that's okay with that.
Yeah, but there's a lot of women who's like fixing their face up. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
you
if
know what I'm
that's
saying? You want to get married or not?
Or they hit you with the.
My cousin
we
got a
could
nice
wait till you
backyard.
could
Why can't you
afford
get
it.
married?
Why?
Huh?
When they hit you with it, we could wait till you like if they don't want to do the whole backyard thing and they want to do this big wedding.
Right.
They say we could wait till you could afford it.
So
Why?
no one's addressing
What
that
we
part.
waiting for?
So
Marriage
listen.
don't got no timeline.
But this is what y'all understand. Some men get turned off by that. Like, wait a minute. Not that I can't get you a diamond, but damn, what's up?
But I think we're kind of
But y'all
looking
put
at
too much
like
emphasis
women.
on big weddings
it's
and big
wrong
diamonds.
for a woman, like we
Not
as
every-
women,
not
we
every
grow
woman.
up with this. I mean, not me, I was from a project, but we grew up with this. Some people grow up with this idea of like this big wedding and 1,000 people and all these different things. We just everybody watched Cinderella. So we all watch those things. We have those visions in our head. It's not, I don't think, an intentional vision. It's just kind of something that's been drilled in our head over time.
Oh.
I think most people would be okay with someone showing up with a ring from Walmart and going to the Justice of the Peace and let's go travel. Like, let's get the hell out of here.
Boom.
Most people are cool with
Let me
that.
tell you something. I'm all for that.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you
why am I
don't
gonna
get surprised.
feed?
Most
Why am I
people
gonna feed 100
have
people?
the same idea, like,
who's over there
we're about
talking
to
shit like,
spend
you know what,
$20,000 on this
that ain't
wedding.
They
gonna
gonna be
So
divorced.
Well, I'm gonna
Let's
feed
take that.
100 people. And I'm like, baby, listen. We're gonna
that's a
Justice of
down
the
payment
Peace.
on another house.
go get a
That's
crib, or we can just go get out of here.
Sure.
We can come back and have a get together with everybody.
some people skip the whole wedding thing, but let's have a nice little party when we get back.
Because
from
if you
vacation.
the point I'm trying to make is that if you
Yeah.
really love each other and want to get married, that's the bottom line. You're married now. But I didn't have the wedding. I was hoping we was gonna do this and so did you want the wedding or did you want me?
Why
What
you
did
can't
you
have?
want?
But why couldn't you want both?
See, boom. There you go.
But why do you need?
But that's-
both?
I
You wanted
personally
marriage.
don't
Okay,
want
hold
a
on.
big
You wanted
wedding.
marriage. You got married.
You said, why do you need
personally
both?
do not want a big wedding because
Okay.
I don't like people looking at me.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
like the whole aisle thing.
Like you
I
said,
People
why
have
do you need
that-
both?
some people
I
have a dream
absolutely
of
have dated
being that woman
dated
that
a
walks
dude
in the
that
aisle.
his whole thing about marriage was when I get married, I'm having a big ass. It's gonna be like this. He was talking that shit. I'm thinking, ooh, I ain't the one gonna because I ain't doing that. Like that sounds like too much to me. Like that type of stuff. So it definitely is situational, but I think y'all are discrediting women. Like I don't
I'm
think
not
people
discrediting
are.
women.
I
I
No,
just
I'm
saying
saying
y'all
discrediting on
pointing out.
this.
You
I don't
can't
think
you
there's
can't
very
you
many
can't
women.
push you can't
There's
push
not
the
very
idea of
many
saying
women out here
it
saying
should be about
either
marriage,
or.
but then you more concerned with the
I
size
don't
diamond
think
you
it-
didn't get,
I don't think it's
or the
more
size marriage,
concern,
the size wedding.
Mike. I
You
think
be
it's
surprised
more-
how much.
So
You
let's
gotta
be.
read some Instagram comments, but
Forget it.
I
Forget Instagram. You got
they be there.
just have
women
have
be in the
girlfriends talking.
comments.
Girl, let me say the first thing. Let me say a ring. He loves you.
I've never looked at a
That's
ring like
always
he
the
loves
first
you.
thing.
Do you
Never-
that as a
Always the
woman?
first
Have you never seen? Let me see the ring.
I mean, I see a ring and be like,
I know
that's
a lot of
nice, but
people
I've
that
seen
been
some
married, but
tiny
I
rings where I'd be like,
Okay.
like I
But
ain't
that's
For
the
know
what
point that
though?
he's making
That's
right there. That's
So
the
for
point
what though?
that he's making. Like,
that shit Toledo.
but
So
does
see,
that
you
equal
I
just
would prefer
you
a
just
band.
validated my
I-
point
it's
right
true.
here on
Marriage
your
is
That's
about
fine.
the bond. It is not
Yo.
about the size of your ring.
And For me personally,
Yeah,
I would rather you give me a band than to give me a chip. I just would rather
Well,
that.
what difference does it make?
Because
But
that's what I would want.
But you just
I
validated
still
that.
am
So
allowed
you
to
just
want some
So
shit.
here's the thing. You're
But
a woman
I wouldn't
who
be
just
like,
validated my
oh, if
point.
that's the only ring, then fuck you. I don't want to get married.
No, but the fact you
But
said
they'll
something.
be able to
But
see
I
the
can still
disgust in your
want
face when you
something.
show up
The
with a
fact-
chip. You're
exactly.
gonna be like,
The fact
Well,
you
to
said
me,
something.
I would have discussed because the thing is, we've had conversations and we deal with each other and we got years and you know me. So you know I'll settle for a fucking band. You don't gotta have a diamond,
Settle for what he
but
did.
don't bring no. What?
but what if? Okay,
How
all right.
I can't have what I
let
would
me
like
You want the marriage.
to walk around
Let
with.
me push back
I
on that.
would
with
like
you.
a marriage.
To walk around and
So
show
what
off
if
the chip.
What if it starts
To
out
walk
as
around for me.
What if it
I'm
starts out as a
carrying that.
chip? So when you plans on upgrading you don't know that. You complain
That's
about the
absolutely
chip.
wonderful.
What if he just
But
don't
you
know
didn't
diamonds? He
know
just
though.
like,
You were just
that was a
upset
nice ring.
about
Some
the
people
I
just
got-
don't know jewelry.
I was gonna
That's
say
true,
like
that's
the
true.
pushback on it is that like what if you're in a space where like okay you love him and this is what his pocket allows and for him he done been told engagement ring has a diamond you have to get a
Yeah,
diamond engagement
okay.
ring he don't know no but he just like I just know I got to get but
You don't know.
but and I love it I want to marry but my budget only called for like a quarter of a diamond
Yeah, I don't care about.
but you just
You made
said
a face.
you don't
Yeah, because
But
I've
so
seen
the
some
thing is,
that
like-
make me make a face.
But why
I
though?
that
but
would be
that's
a
I think
why?
that's
because
like
it
I
looks
don't know
ridiculous.
but
So
it
you just validated my
doesn't.
point,
It
Lily.
doesn't
It
though.
does
Like,
to me.
But
But
you
that's the
validated
thing.
my point.
Okay, but not.
trying to
But
get
no,
off that
you,
ring.
I don't know if I
I'm trying to get off
validated
You
your
really
point. I don't know if I validated
You just
your
validated my
point because
You confirmed
the
my
ring-
point.
the ring is not like, oh, if this is all I can get, then I don't want this married.
Why you going like this here? You validated my point. Because
Well, I'm.
it made a difference to you.
I'm coming
It
to
didn't
you.
invalidate
I'm coming to
his
you.
Yeah, I would-
like,
that's
what
true.
you
That
got.
does make
What
a
if
difference.
she's
I
showing up with
that
what
matters.
he got? This is what
I get that.
this is my ability. I know you might have preferred the band, but I think this little piece of chip was really fucking pretty, and I thought it suits your personality. And he
Mhm.
went and he was in the store for 3-4 fucking hours picking out this
Yeah,
$200 ring.
And guess
That's
what?
what happened.
His
Yeah.
heart was,
And
and,
then-
his heart's
and
way
heart-
bigger than that diamond.
Exactly.
Because
And
some
then
people
you're
got
like-
diamonds bigger than their hearts.
All right, I'll take
or
that.
would you prefer the
I'll take
brother
that.
that brings you the big ass diamond, right? And
I don't-
no, feel me.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't also
feel me,
like
feel me.
big ass
And if
diamonds.
you
That
big
shit
ass
looks
diamond,
like
it's
fake to
okay,
me.
well, diamond to your liking or specification,
Yeah.
but then there's no heart to it. There's no commitment to it.
No.
He's out there like you understand.
You're
what I'm
going
saying?
through
I
hell.
get what you're saying.
You're married, but you're going
But
through
it
hell.
ain't, so the diamond ain't the size of the diamond is not worth what you gonna get. Like if you gonna get equivalent to the size of the diamond, that's amazing. Fuck
Right,
You give me a
so-
little less diamond, but I know I got 100% of your heart.
Yeah, so if the
Fuck the ring,
choice
you know what
is,
I'm saying?
so this is what
You
this
know
is
what
the
I'm
same
saying?
thing we had on the last discussion with in the other podcast. For me, it's not either or. So to me, it's not like obviously if I had to choose like you take this chip of a diamond or you take this great ass relationship, but realistically, when is it ever that? Like I don't feel
I'm
like
not
it's
even going that
that.
far. I was just going to the fact that as
I
a
feel
woman,
like you could have.
listen,
Mhm.
as a woman, when we discussed the ring, you said I've seen rings that were small, and I said, so the fact that
Yeah.
you said you made that face is like, for what though?
Because
The
that's
ring-
how I felt
But
when
the
I
ring
saw
About
has
it.
that
nothing
ring.
to do with the marriage.
So you
But
just,
that wasn't for me.
I know, but I'm saying,
I was
so you
just-
confirmed what I was saying about.
No, let's be
You
clear.
confirmed what
The-
I said about
any
people
ring
want a
that I
big
have-
old wedding and a big old
No,
diamond.
no.
You
Because
did.
any ring,
The
no,
line is back.
no, we don't get to remind it back because I'm clear about what I said and I'm
Okay.
standing on it.
Stand on
For
that.
me, any ring that I have received, I've loved.
Okay.
I have seen women's fingers where I'm like, I don't care how that looks. That's not me getting the ring. So yeah,
And he might have been very
maybe.
happy.
So just and that's wonderful. But maybe if the dude that I love and wanted to marry brought me that chip, maybe I wouldn't have felt like that. I'm telling you what I've seen and felt. That's real. Whether it sounds good or not,
I get
but
what
it
you're
ain't
saying.
mine.
I get what you're
But
saying.
still, but
If
the fact you turned
I
your
have
nose
had-
up, but you made a face to it.
I'm allowed to feel what I
So
feel
that's like,
about
listen,
others.
listen, that's like,
You're lying.
listen,
That's
like saying,
okay.
listen, hold on. That's like getting invited to a wedding. You walk in, and it's this big, and you're like,
Yes,
and
I'm
they,
allowed
wait a
to
minute,
do that.
and they had some KFC over there, and you know, hear me out. They got some KFC over there, and,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, and cupcakes and shit. Hey, and they're happy as shit.
And that's wonderful
But
for
some,
them.
okay, but listen,
But society's gonna say
And I
it's
can
all
still
out for it.
fuck society me.
I know,
If
but
I
what I'm
think
saying is
chicken
that,
ghetto at the wedding, I'm allowed to think that. There's nothing wrong with that.
listen, but what I'm trying to say, Lily,
It's
is
not
that,
my wedding.
see, so what I'm telling you is that this is the point I'm trying trying to make, and you're actually kind of helping me without realizing.
Okay.
Again, like I told you, I'm not against marriage, and I'm not like, oh, you have to get married.
Right.
What I'm saying is that the approach of marriage for somebody who's saying they want to be married, it's kind of off kill sometimes. You can't say that marriage. Listen to me. You can't say marriage is your desire and your destination, but you don't like the transition with the ring or the wedding along the way. As if like, I mean, I know I said I'm gonna get married, but damn what? I could have got a bigger diamond, or I didn't think we was gonna be in Junebug's backyard.
We could have had a bigger ceremony.
But
You understand what I'm
okay,
saying?
so
I thought you wanted to get married.
So I
Here I am. I'm married. We are together. Guess what?
okay, so we're gonna play
Now-
this
now-
back.
now-
So,
now-
because I'm about to clean this up
Wait
for
a minute.
myself.
Now you
Because I see where it's going.
Look. Now you just said, hey, who's that? Oh, that's my husband.
No, let's clean this up. Okay, so for
That's
me,
my husband.
if I'm gonna use the dude that I was loving and wanting to marry me. I mean, not wanting, that I wanted, like where I felt like, oh, our next step is marriage.
Clean up.
No, yeah, no, this is no. I'm being real clear.
Clarification.
No,
this
this
is
is
They
clear.
come to
Yeah,
find
that's right. Because
They
I need
come
to
to
be.
common and find
Because I need to
some.
be clear about it. For me, I don't want a big wedding. I don't even want a wedding. I would absolutely be like, let's go to Justice of Peace. That's cool to me. That's what I would want. A backyard would be dope for me. A ring, I want a nice size ring. But if he was like, yo, I don't got it, me and him, for him, I don't give a fuck. That's me. I don't give a fuck for him. Me and him. Because for him, exactly. But no, wait a minute. Because so now, it does not matter if I see Tanez's girlfriend's ring and I say, oh shit, that's not what I would want. I'm allowed to be like, because that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, you have an opinion.
Like that's the little shit.
That's real.
Just like, for example, this is my salon. It's little. It's a one chair. I think it's fucking amazing. I'm not mad at Meryl for walking in here like, this is a fucking one chair. I'm not sitting around like, this nigga don't want this beautiful one chair. Like, that's him. He don't want it. He's allowed to think, oh, that's just a little ass one chair. I'm not criticizing his thought. That's his personality. For him, my suggestion is don't get a one chair, my dude. For me, if I want to look at a ring, and let's be clear, I got a Walmart ring as an engagement ring. Thought it was beautiful. Loved it. So I'm not on some, my ring came from Walmart. I was extra happy about it because the ring was dope as fuck for me, from who it came from. That's not my point. If I see somebody else's, no, because she was saying, a little Walmart ring. So, but I have absolutely seen people, and they're like, oh, look at my ring, and they're happy as fuck. It doesn't take away me being happy for them. That's wonderful. I'm so glad they're happy. But guess what? I don't like the fucking ring. I'm allowed to.
No,
not like the ring.
No, I understand the emotion of you don't care for the ring.
Right.
Could you, no. Feel me on this. Could you hold space for the idea that just the fact that somebody, whomever, insert two people, got married, and let's say his budget only called for this ring, and it feels good for him, and then you come in like, could you hold space to see where that could be a problem for anybody else looking around? Because it doesn't look like, I'm happy for you. It doesn't look like,
hold up. You're right. I would never look at someone. When I said, I would never do that to that person in their face. Like, no, I'm saying if that's what it sounded like I was saying, I would absolutely never. I would never look at anybody.
I know you didn't say that.
I would never.
Was just saying
the
fact that you said.
But in my mind, it's like,
like,
oh yeah, no, I would.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, is that not comparison to like when you see a nice car? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like if some like dudes love cars or whatever. If you see a nice ass car or whatever, or if you see like somebody pulling up in a bullshit ass car, you feel differently about it. Why would you feel that?
But it's the value that you place on it, right? Like, it's the value that you place on it. So like if a dude pulls up in a 2022 Lexus, fully equipped in on some shit, he might feel like the bee's knees.
Yeah.
But when I pull up in my 2014 Chevy Impala, you can't tell me nothing. You understand me? Because for me, That's
he
not-
wrong to look at your car like that's
Yes,
her piece of shit?
Yes, because for
That's-
me, it's for me. This
For
I didn't
you.
get this for you. And
Right.
so you having thought about my Impala, for what?
I think that's unrealistic for y'all to be sitting in here acting like y'all don't think nothing about nobody's nothing.
We may
See,
at
I
no
don't
time.
feel like that because I be judging
No,
the
but
body.
we don't.
I
I don't want to.
see.
I don't want to get
Like,
off topic.
like-
I just
say,
say,
hold
shit
on.
out.
Like
Check this
I
out.
express it.
Hold
Like,
on, we talking about cars and all that stuff. I'm
When,
talking
that's
about
what
the
I was
whole
saying.
idea
When
of
I
saying
say I
marriage is
think it,
important.
I don't be like to the person's face because why would I ever
I
want
know,
to
but
hurt
I'm
them,
gonna say
their
like.
feelings? But my thought, that's my thought.
I know, but
Like,
I
I get you.
I
bro.
guess I'm putting
I be
emphasis on it
thinking
because
that all the time.
the main thing we was talking about is this whole marriage, like wanting to be married.
Right.
Married. And I'm saying like you want to be married.
None
Yeah.
of that other shit should matter.
There you go. That's
The
all
ring
I'm trying to
shouldn't
say.
matter. The ceremony shouldn't
That's all.
matter.
So that's all I'm
All
saying.
that matters is
right?
you
No,
got your
I
piece
agree
of
with
paper
that.
and you
I
married.
agree with that.
You-
When
you're
I
supposed
said
to
this
be
stuff,
married.
That's it.
Oh, dog.
with,
I'm not going. I'm saying like.
oh, I was about to
if-
say no
I'm
because it
saying
depends on.
if you're concerned about being married, I don't want to play house. Well, take this little chip and be my honey dip.
We got this bone. Put
You
that
know what I'm
little
saying?
paper in a frame and hang
we
it
got
up.
some
We
comments
here.
from Facebook.
Okay.
Nude says the people want to hear from Marrow. What is Marrow's opinion and feelings on all this? Gusto, or I'm guessing this is Dusko, wants to hear from GT. Whoever GT is, I don't know who that is.
You said Gusto? What you want to
It
do,
says
bro?
Gusto wants to hear GT. So
Who's
this is
that?
what Nubia
Yeah,
says. Eli says, good night about the ring size. Talking to you, Juan. Shots fired from Eli. He said, good night about the ring size. You wrong, sister.
I'm not wrong for wanting what I want, my love.
Get that color now.
Thank you,
Get
Eli.
that color now.
I absolutely get to pick and choose what I want for me. What I would say is, don't buy me a ring, my love. Like, what the hell?
I know,
Y'all
not
are
to
crazy.
get off it, but I'm just talking about the importance of if you want to be married. Why should it matter? That's
Yeah,
my whole point.
absolutely.
If you're
And I
so,
agree with
well, I
that.
want to be married. What difference does it make outside of that?
Well, I agree with
That's
that. But
all I was
also,
trying to
it's
say.
like there's also people that be like, "Oh, why do you need a ring then?" So, because I think y'all just go too far into it.
Okay,
Like,
we didn't say about no. I didn't say about. But I get that. That's a.
I mean, it
again,
goes.
But what? Why do y'all need a ring?
Answer that.
You wanted to be married. You didn't want a ring. Cause why can't we
Take
just
the mic.
why can't we just be in this long-term relationship and I get you a ring? What's the difference between that and that's actually being married? Cause some
got
girls
being married.
So what?
I want something. Like, I'm not gonna be riding in the
There's
wave
so
with you,
much
drop
stuff
there,
to
and then
it,
I'm just
like-
like, oh, this is long-term girlfriend. Fuck out of
So
here,
what?
dog.
But I'm saying he was just making a point about the ring.
Yeah,
Anyway,
like-
I put emphasis on the ring. Well, here you go.
What
First
is
of
the
all,
point
people-
of what's the
nobody-
point of the ring?
I don't think anybody's
It's
walking
it's
in like,
signal-
"Yo, where's
it's a
the
signal
ring?"
to the world that like you got this ring
That
over
you're
with your left
taking,
hand.
that you're.
that
All right, so I
your people
got a question for y'all, right? What if your man is against the rings and he actually wants to marry you, but instead of a ring, he tells y'all, "Let's get matching finger tattoos."
That's dope.
Well, yeah, that's.
Well,
I
if
think
that's work
dope.
for you,
Guess what? You
people
can't
that
take
I
that off. You can take it off, but it's like that. That's a little more like, oh yeah.
Look, you gonna be dropping that shit down the same.
Well, look, your name gotta be on my
So
finger.
you
too.
will
My name
not
gotta
be
be on your finger.
taking that off.
Oh, how we do this? Your name
Like,
on
you mad? You be like,
I
If my initials like it's your initials, we married.
Look at
Yeah,
you
that's
like,
what
Get a
put
ring.
my
like,
whole
who's Lily,
name.
motherfucker? Who is Lily?
that's my cousin who passed
I
away
know.
15 years
That's
ago.
my
My
finger. You
granddaughter,
lying.
That's why you
Yeah,
get the
right,
initials.
right.
That's why you get the initials so you can change it.
That's why I said my whole name.
You
No,
put
Nah,
my
I
whole
heard you
middle
being
name
silly,
on
but
that shit.
like I
Right
said,
there,
if
go
married,
with that
I
spiral
know this
around
whole
that
topic was
bubble.
about marriage, so I just want
Yeah.
to bring that point up because it's like, if that's the goal, why are you so concerned about the other things leading up to
No,
that
I
goal?
understand that. I
You
do
get what I'm
understand
saying?
that.
And for those who always put emphasis on it, like, well, I need to be married. So do you really need a 2.5 carat too?
I mean, I don't think you need to.
Not you,
marry.
I'm not-
don't need a
no, but I'm
two-carat.
saying,
You
but,
don't
you know,
need any of
I
that.
thought you
What's
should be
my
married.
necessity?
I get it.
Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna get married. Check this out. Just take this 1/4 carat, right?
Yeah,
And you know what, Mike? I'm cool with it. 'Cause I want to marry you.
yeah, no, I get it.
That's what you want to hear after you say that.
And you know,
there
and
are
then
actually women
that
out
nigga
there
that
run
turn
back out
down
like,
marriages.
you just took this
Like,
little
okay,
shit, and I'm about to go
cool.
sit in her head with this big ass shit. Then you gonna really be, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and you can take a nigga's little piece of shit ass ring and be all happy about it. Nigga gonna come back and hit you in the head with something bad.
See, that's what I said.
Okay, here's mine. Guess what?
You didn't know he was gonna
Like, it
upgrade.
don't even matter. Like, you know what I mean? You're gonna be like, everything
Why
was
do you
after
seem
her.
like
I
you're
could
still
have came
trying to
in with some
convince
fuck.
me? Like I don't.
That's what
Like,
I
Yes,
said.
I used to a lot of
I
time in that.
said when I said that I wasn't
She did it,
speaking
'cause she
about
said-
my ring.
I said, oh,
You funny. We had to get that cleared up.
I did spin it, but I still feel like it's not clear because he's still trying to describe to me. I'm not trying to clean it up like that, Mike.
You agreed that you should be allowed to want a marriage and a nice ring and a nice wedding if that's what you want. You should be allowed to want that if that's what you want.
and you are allowed,
You are.
but that doesn't mean that the person has to allow it and want to do it.
Right.
You are allowed to
Right.
have whatever you want.
What
to
if
have.
what if your partner's unable to provide that, but they love you? Are you still gonna marry them nudes?
within their budget.
So
You're still gonna marry them nudes if they can't
Shots
provide what you're
fired,
looking
nudes.
for?
watch this.
Because that's what I want to know.
And since they want to ask questions, yeah.
I'm gonna wait for her to answer the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
You still gonna answer that?
too.
The
'Cause
Jeopardy clock is running, nudes.
If
Just so
I
you know.
can't, if I can't afford the big wedding and the big ring, are you still gonna marry me if I love you to
I'm
death?
gonna be honest with you. If I'm with somebody and mention that, I'm telling you, the relationship's over anyway. That's a
What?
fact.
Oh, if they're like,
If
oh,
they
I
talking
need a
about-
big wedding and all that.
86 that.
And I feel you.
So you're
Same,
not.
same,
So
same.
you're not allowed to.
If you start
want
making
anything.
that requirements as far as like the whole thing, like, well, guess what?
I mean,
Cool.
if you
Yeah,
got,
but I think y'all are getting a
if
little
you got
bit like,
turned down
where are
the
these
proposal-
women that are sitting
You
around
said
like,
yes, absolutely to your question, by the way.
see, you deserve to be married. I appreciate you.
Oh shit, Jamari's watching now. See y'all. Now you see. Now Jamari's on.
Now Jamari's in here.
Jamari said to them VBS. I don't know slang talk.
Yeah, y'all
don't
heard
help
me.
BBS is like
I know that's a
Yeah.
ring style.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
no.
carrot.
It's clarity of diamonds.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
SI1,
okay.
SI2, VS, VS1, VS2, VBS.
What bro say?
Oh, and Jamari said you upgraded, so he's saying the same thing. If you had to get something small, you just upgraded when you damn can. All right,
That's a
Jamari.
I mean, I'm not against. Again, why y'all acting like y'all attacking me? Y'all don't understand. Like I wasn't cleaning up, like Mike was saying. I'm trying to tell y'all. I looked at somebody's ring and I was like, I didn't do it in their face. I felt like that. It wasn't a ring given to me, guys. I'm okay with the rings. Why y'all keep being on my back? My goodness.
Michael said from YouTube that you can give him a friendship mood ring in Seattle.
Well, if that's good for you and yours, my
my
love.
mood would be like,
If she really want to get married, she'll accept that move.
See, and then that sounds so.
real? No,
That
it
to me
don't.
sounds
Yo.
like so terrible. It's almost like y'all doing such a favor to a motherfucker
No,
that
it's
you
not
better
that.
take
It's
what
not
you
that,
got.
though.
Like,
It's
you
just-
know
like,
what?
what do you
Matter of
want?
fact,
Like,
matter of fact, matter of fact, today,
No.
this bitch better take this sneaker. If
No.
you
No,
want
no,
me
no,
to marry,
no,
I'm
he
gonna
just
give you
said-
the sneaker.
No,
Like
about that.
you wanted to get married.
Days as a marriage, you better take it.
No,
That's
what I,
weird.
No.
It's what I
The
could
point,
afford.
the
You know
point
what
that's
I'm
trying to
saying?
be made is like,
I put those off
if it's about the marriage, why is so much emphasis put on the other thing?
But why is it so much? To me, it seems like y'all are working real hard to put up all
No.
these different things to make the reasons why not to
All right,
just
check this
do
out.
it.
Now I'm
Listen
gonna go in.
to
I'm
me.
gonna go in.
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
go in.
that all
I'm trying to
that
hold back.
energy y'all have,
I've been trying to hold
I
back.
would be like, I don't like
I've been
fuck
trying
it.
to
I
hold
don't
back.
want to be married then.
I've been trying to
Because
hold
if
back. No,
everything is like, oh, well, you don't want this or you don't want that or you this, you that. Me personally, I would be like,
So-
damn, I feel like I'm trying to force you to marry me.
No, it's like,
Like,
are you
either
doing
you
this for
want to
us
or you
or for
don't.
your friends to be like, girl, look at
No,
this?
I don't care about that. But also,
Yo,
I still have to.
You live in this world, right? You don't see that.
I do.
You don't. Girl,
You know
see
there
that?
are actually
I
women
don't
out
see
here that
people
turn
out
down
here
proposals.
Do
because
you
of the
see
size
people?
of the
No,
ring.
are we bugging?
You know people that are doing that.
There's-
Women are running up
there's
to you
women
like,
that
girl,
get up
look
into
at
a
that
wedding.
bill.
There's
There's
literally
people in
women
marriage,
that
I really
walk
can't
away
speak
from
to it. I don't
proposals
have
because the ring was too
experience,
small.
I'm sure there's a lot of women that do a lot of things, just like there's a lot of men that do a lot of things.
And that's
But what
we
I'm
hate on. That's
saying
what we're
is-
talking about.
Yeah, but I'm saying like majority. Let's go off a majority of reasons. Majority of reasons for people not being married is not because the woman wants a big ass ring or a big ass wedding.
No, I'm not saying.
Am I correct with
But
that?
I said
No,
people
we're
watching
not
the
saying
question.
that though.
If you're married, why did you personally get married?
Okay.
Because I want to know why some of y'all got married. Because I don't see the reason for getting married. So why did you get married?
Well,
And don't tell me because I loved her. Because you could love her and not marry her.
but
Or you
that's
could
why I
love
said,
him and not marry him.
that's why I said about like for me, like doing years and years and years of stuff. It feels like it's playing house. It's like you're playing married, but you're not. It's still a level of playing married.
That's true.
Like
Okay.
if we live together, we're sharing our bills, we're taking care of our children if there's children, we're combining our finances, we're fucking like all that shit is happening. So what is the point in not just being like, yo,
What if I wake up tomorrow and you just ugly to me, man?
I mean, what if you wake up tomorrow? Well, for the last
I want to be able to
in your
leave.
situation in the last 10 years, you didn't wake up and be like, "Oh, you're ugly."
You know what? You know the
Might
question.
today.
But
Yo, I bet you did.
tomorrow is
You
another
might
day.
today.
I bet you did an
Tomorrow's
anonymous
another
poll
day.
and say, would you marry for love or for financial security or for security in general? I bet you'd be surprised.
What do you indicating that
I
you
was
think
about
the
to say,
result
what
would
do you
be?
think it is?
I mean, you think it
People
would be
get married
financial?
for financial.
Yeah.
Of course.
Some people get married as a business. You do realize that, right?
I mean, I think
And that's what I said earlier.
There's
a sense of being married.
There are countries where they actually tell you you're marrying this person and you're marrying this person.
I understand that.
Okay, so what I'm telling you is that everyone's not getting married for love, unfortunately.
But even, hold on, in those countries where they're like, you're marrying this person, you're marrying this person, let's be clear about those people.
It's a business.
Those are, no,
Those
sir.
are arranged
No,
marriages,
sir.
yeah.
Those are arranged marriages, and they are not a business. What it is
And sometimes 50% of people don't even want to be in there.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
what
though.
it
It's not
is,
than that.
what it is my family knows this man is this. This woman is this.
That's
Your
what I'm trying to
family,
tell you.
our families are connected.
Is it that in love?
We know they might not be in love,
That's
but
my
the whole
point.
thing is it's based. Even that is still based off of love because it's they're making sure
Sometimes it's
they're
based
making
off
sure
of
it's
hope.
love and caring. They're going over
Sometimes it's based
the
off of hope.
relationship of the family, like how the person is groomed, how he's brought up, how she is groomed, how she.
So
They
you
are,
trying to make sure
and then
so
they're connecting like two good motherfuckers, and the goal is to hope that they end up in love. Like
Okay.
I mean, but that's
That's-
isn't that?
Okay, so that.
I mean,
So that goes
I'm-
back. So that goes back to the whole thing about what are people getting married for? Are they getting married because society
Yes.
put pressure on them, or they get married because they really love the person, or they get married because their friends on their back like, I'm just saying y'all been together for this long, or their parents, even their parents be on their back like, oh, when is he gonna marry you? When is he gonna marry you?
Most people are doing it for society.
I don't think that's
That's
true.
Like, I'd rather marry the girl that's gonna pitch a marriage to me as a business versus I just love you. Like,
First of all,
if you got a reason to want to be married and we about to do some stuff to go next level, then that's cool. But if you just like, I love you, I want to marry you, it's like we don't
I
need
mean,
to be.
Yes,
who
This
is
people
going
get.
around doing that? First of
You
all,
said, whoa,
as far as-
That's what
There
I'm
are
saying.
people
I would
get
rather
married.
pitch it to me as a business.
It's-
plan
Hold on.
versus
Let's
they
keep
just
it clear.
get married because we in love.
Let's
Like,
keep it all the way funky. There are people who get married so the wife can't testify on.
Oh my Jesus. Okay.
This is real. What are you talking? This is
I'm not
real
gonna-
old facts.
There's a
That's-
lot of
that's
shit
not-
to get married for.
No, we are. I'm just saying though.
I think we're going,
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I didn't throw out different subjects about this whole marriage thing, but it's like, well, you know.
But as far as the financial stability, I feel like in this day and age, so many women are financially stable.
Mhm.
Nobody has to, not nobody, but
You'd be surprised.
the average woman does not have to marry the average man for financial stability.
Well,
I think women are dominating in the financial stability these days. I could be wrong there, but I think so. So I don't think it's about financial stability. I think like women be holding it down, and I think that women wanting to be married is more about love. I think so, but I could be wrong.
I think it depends on the age range we're talking.
Okay.
I mean,
you're not super young, but
well, I mean, like I think like people in you know what I mean, that's a little longer than two are more love based, like right, like
Mhm.
so. Hey, I'm saying right, like so some of us, like people my age, I would like to be married. However, I can definitely settle for someone who I know got me, hold me down, and love me. I can do without. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm at that stage, but I don't know if in my 30s I would be like, you know, love based. I'd have been like I'm not. You ain't getting none of my house. So what you got? Like what can you bring to the table?
I mean,
Like,
in
what
my-
do you
when
like?
I
I want to
was
be
being
equally
married.
yoked. I don't want to be.
No. See, you're confused.
Something
When I was
special,
younger, I
something
didn't
like
even want to be married. Like, first of all, like it wasn't even a thing on my radar.
So what
I
you
never
want?
wanted to. I mean, like I feel like I've been in relationships with certain people where it felt like, oh, I love you and I want to move to the next level. Like, I feel like in life, that's what it's for me. That's what it's supposed to be. Like what is the
end goal.
yeah? What is the end goal? Like, what is the
The end goal is to
highest
be
thing.
together forever and die.
I mean,
Just like
there
marriage.
is no
That's
forever.
the end
Like,
goal.
We got a couple more comments from
Yeah.
comment
Sorry, bro,
section.
it's the same thing.
Adriana says,
Just
y'all
no
sound
paper.
like y'all trying to make her suffer for wanting to marry you. She also says, in real life, if you want to marry her, you probably want her to be happy with what you buy at the wedding ring. Then she says, like, are you really going to buy her a mood ring? Like, I love you to the end of the world and I want to marry you, but this is all I can afford. That's like a tee. Jamari said, you feel it. AG says, Ayo, Ty is wild. And AG also says, Meryl is looking at himself in the camera.
Hey, yo, that's what I was laughing at earlier. Look. No, I thought he was looking at the comments. He said,
He was like this too.
I thought he was reading the comments, though. I thought he was playing on the comments, though.
He's like, how I look
Yeah.
over here, like.
I can talk about it.
Really?
Who got that?
Gusto, you want to get married? Answer that in the comments. Do you want to get married, Gusto?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Adrian has a daughter, right?
Adriana?
This one here?
Mhm.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Real, when I'm watching her like stories and stuff, I'm like, yo, I'll keep saying to myself, Adrian, if you listen, I be like, yo, she's doing it right. I like what they're doing. But guess what? If her situation is work, I'm like, when you talk, oh yeah, really? I'm like, yo, that's dope. When I say, when I say I like that.
Mhm.
I look at, I don't know, a young couple, but just to see like, okay, me doing the attorney pictures and see all,
Mhm.
I'm like, yo, they're really doing it a cool ass way, and I
Right.
have the
And that
highest
shit is
respect for it.
super cool. Like I even think
When I say I think it's
super
dope, like
cool.
I actually
Most
like this
people say
situation.
it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, here I am, my age looking at it like, yo, that's dope. I wish I had a journey like that. I say that.
Right.
Looking at
A lot of
her,
people do. They
looking
say
at
it
her
to me
daughter's
like your
situation,
daughter's your daughter's doing it. Oh, your daughter.
I like,
she's
just
goals.
the way
Even
that,
for people my age. I'm saying
the way that him and her connect, how they doing it, and see if the vibe is like, yo, you know what I mean? Trying to do the business together. I respect that.
Right.
So also though, for me, when people say stuff like on Instagram, on Facebook, people be faking, people pretending the relationships don't be good. For me, I watch that relationship.
Yeah,
And for
I see it too.
I'd be like, I'm saying I
Yeah.
watch it in real life.
Mhm.
And then I watch it on screen.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm like, yo, some of the stuff where people be sitting around, oh, that ain't real. Nah, that's just real.
I know it's real.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But
I
I'm
know it's
saying
real.
in general, there's people that not there specifically that, like, I remember in the beginning when we were talking, and I think Ty said it, like, oh, people on Instagram be acting like they happy, but they don't be happy. And I'm like, but for me, my experiences, I really, really be going off of my experience, what I like, what I want. Like, so that's what, so for me, it's like, yeah, I think it's dope, but I know it's real too. So when I see other stuff online and all that, I don't automatically be like, they probably ain't happy at home. My thought be like, yo, this is dope as shit. Like, and they be young, so it'd be exciting to me. Like, oh, when I see the older people, I be like, okay. And because conversations be like this, like, oh, people be, I don't even know a good example of a happy couple or stuff like that. That stuff's sad to me. It's sad.
Yo, like again, a lot of that happy shit just be in the first couple of years. Like you never know what's gonna happen down the line.
See, I like to be optimistic. Though. I just like to be optimistic. I'm optimistic with business, life. So I think like I'm hopeful, but I get what you're saying, but I don't want to go into that thinking that now. I'm already like throwing something in that drop off. I'm already thinking like, yo, this is
whether you stay married or you get divorced, every marriage has that drop off point. That's why your grandparents may not sleep in the same room, or they may not have the same house. So that's why your parents are still married, but they hate each other.
Right.
You be surprised.
And also, like,
it's like every relationship has a cliff, and it's like you're gonna hit that cliff, whether it's in 20 years, 30 years.
You can't say any
years.
relationship because there's some people. Let me tell you something.
That's true.
When I go to the vineyard, right? I like going to the vineyard, and I'll be up there. You see this couple, they out there on the boat having it. They got been married. They're sitting out there chilling. I'm like, yo, that is so dope.
Yeah.
But you can see they vibing like they're like, they're like, oh, we've been married for like 40 years. We come to the vineyard for like. I talk to these people, I'm talking to these people. They tell me their business. Oh wow, and I'm like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
So I know it's possible.
Yeah. I mean, I got clients that come in here, like some young, some like in their 30s, and they've been married for like 15 years. It's like, geez, you've been married for and they're happy.
Listen, companionship and love is beautiful.
It goes both ways.
And if you get married, that's cool too.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm-
not a
I'm all
must
for
for
it. Yeah.
everybody. I'm
not
just-
against it, and I'm not like saying you
I feel
have
like
to.
it's possible to love someone and be with someone forever and not marry them. And I feel like you shouldn't be
I
judged by society for wanting to live like that.
I respect
Nobody
that.
judged y'all for wanting to get married. Why y'all judging someone for wanting to not get married?
I think because society, not even
You
society.
trying
I
to
think we
please
grew up.
society again.
I don't think it's. Well, first of all, women are like, just like you said, fairy tales come from what? The prince rides in on a horse and marries you. He saves you. All this like we're taught that from very little. That's every love story starts at that. Like that's everything that has been programmed in us for
That's
like. For a
like,
whole, are you kidding me?
It's like Santa
No,
Claus drop
no,
off toy.
see,
You know, tell me,
absolutely
listen,
not. I
I'm
say
not
the
giving
opposite.
Santa Claus no props. I bought these
No,
gifts.
I don't either. I don't give Santa Claus. I say I bought
You
these
understand what I'm
gifts
just
too.
saying?
I do.
I'm
I
talking
do
about the
that
whole fairy
same
tale
thing.
thing.
But for
I know
me,
it's in our
what
minds,
I
but
also
reality.
my thought is, I pray to God that my son marries. I hope if he's happy and he loves the person he's with, I hope that he marries so that when his children are sitting in these seats, they're not saying, I don't even know no one who's been married. People don't even be happy. They just be living together and settled. And I hope your son gets to see his mother and father, if you guys are in love and want to be together. I hope he gets to experience marriage so that he can be like, oh, my mother and father, blah, 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 blah. And it keeps going on like that. But if y'all don't, that's fine too. But to me, I think the only way to change. No, I don't want you to get married for him. I'm saying I like if you remember in the beginning of this conversation, stuff started with people saying, like, I don't even know that many married people. I don't know your example of why you don't think marriage is because of your experience of marriage, like your
That's
grandparents and this and that.
Yeah.
So you would be the change for your son. Or your son would be you in many years, possibly saying the same stuff because it's a repeat of the cycle.
It's like giving
Which
my
I'm not saying is bad because in my
that's true.
son's case, for me, the happiness is that his daughters are in a 2-parent home their entire lives. And I love that. But if they society does view things as like better in marriage. There's even statistics, I'm not going to go into them, but you can look them up. Children raised in the home of married parents is different than single parent homes and people in relationships and stuff like that.
I
Like,
think that should be bullshit.
no. No.
Like,
Statistics are based off of things like
that's
but
just-
it ain't for everybody. It's not for everybody. And if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. But this has been a great topic. Way better than I thought.
So I guess in closing, what takeaways? I mean, I know Inez, I'm not a camera.
It's still
but
pretty slow for your boy, but like I said, I might get married at an older age.
I mean,
But women have a
I'll take
problem
that.
with that.
Because it
I'll take
changed,
that.
right?
No, the beginning. So I'll take that. That's
But
amazing.
women have a problem with that also. Like I've
That's
also
amazing.
had this conversation too. Like, what if I marry you when I'm 40? Why do you want to marry me when you're washed up? Why does it matter when I marry you if I marry you?
It matters
Why do
because
you think marriage is based off of like that? The mindset of men to me feels like you're doing a favor to the woman.
I'm not doing you a favor. I'm just saying when
I
I'm
guess
ready to
that's
marry
what
you,
I'm
I'm
like, what
married.
is it between
You know what it is?
28 and 40 that you think you're going to do, or what's going to happen between that time that makes you feel like, let me wait until then.
Yeah, I know.
You could drop dead from a heart attack, but like, what do you think is
Right.
supposed to happen?
There's
in
no
that
guarantee
point?
you're
I guess
making it to
What you
40.
just said, like, why you think men are doing a favor? Who
Yeah,
is the pressure
why?
always on, though?
Women and men. Did I not tell
Nah,
you?
the pressure's always on the men.
The pressure's
Oh,
always on.
absolutely not.
When is he going to propose? Why don't he marry you? When is he planning on
Yeah,
marrying you?
that's
Did he-
pressure on the man or the woman.
Meaning, it's always like it's on the man's time.
like the man
It's
has to
on
do
the
the
man's
asking.
time. His
Okay,
choice.
so you just answered what I'm saying when you said, "Oh, why I feel like you're doing a favor." At some point, you make some men feel like, "Oh, damn, like, you know what?" Because you just said that it's almost like the man's responsibility to be like, "Oh, you got a ring, or did you propose, or when is he going to
Women
marry
and
you?"
men buy
Did he talk about? Huh? I know, but let's just talk about.
Maybe if a girl
Majority
proposed to
of
me,
wives.
I might be more into getting married. Somebody
This
proposed to me.
Never.
This
Make me
guy,
feel
Stop.
special.
this guy is.
Stop.
You don't want
Son.
to
This
give
guy.
me a
Absolutely not.
that might turn me on to marriage. I might be like, yo, this shorty's lit. She really loved me. She want to marry me. I'm not saying that's gonna work, but I'm just saying, try it out.
FYI,
He gets on my
Tynell is looking
nerves.
for his Chrissy. Jim Jones over here is looking for his Chrissy.
Right.
Hey,
Absolutely not.
Chrissy's a rider. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But I mean,
She's
like-
a real one.
I don't know if you paid
But what
attention
makes that
in the
real,
later
though, like-
years now. Jim very much wanted to be married, and Chrissy was like, "Nah, she's over it."
Yeah. He waited.
He
too long.
waited too long.
Yeah, but he done used up her best fucking years. Like, he done used up. This woman wanted
But that was
children.
her
She wanted all
problem.
this
She
shit. She's
stayed.
close
She
enough to
could've
50,
dipped
and
on
it
him.
was none of the life she
She
wanted to
could
live
have
because she
dipped
was
on him.
waiting for
'Cause I
this
promise
nigga.
you,
Like, oh
dude
no,
is
God.
gonna dip on you if you're not doing what he wants you to do. So
But
I don't
dude
know
is
why
not
women
gonna
just
dip.
stay
He's
late.
just gonna stay around.
That's not true. That is not true. A dude will dip on you. Well, a dude like me will dip on you in a heartbeat if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
So I don't know. I don't
So,
understand.
I'm saying, like, if your man isn't
She was
doing, if your man isn't
I was
willing to
giggling.
marry you, he's not doing what you want to do. Dip, be out. Go find a man that wants to marry you. Don't try to sit here and change this man's mind
And
for 30
if you're
years.
with a woman who wants to be married and you don't want to, dip, be out.
But if I tell
Stop
you,
wasting
if I
your
tell you I
time.
don't want to be married and I love you,
But you
I'm
don't
gonna stay.
leave.
You should leave. You the
You
one that
should
want to be
leave
married.
too.
You should leave.
And you know she wants to be married and you don't
So
want to
I
be.
should-
So go
I
find
should
someone
leave
who
and
does.
find someone else
So
that don't
go
want to be
some-
married.
Yes.
No, I'm be with the person I love until they leave.
Here's the thing.
What's-
No,
Like, it's
I'm
the
not
mentality
trying
of a
to
lot of people. That's
explode right now.
literally the
Like,
mentality
yeah.
of a lot of people. Like, why should
Yes.
I leave? I ain't doing the goddamn problem. You got a
Exactly.
problem. You got a problem. You go. I'm staying.
It's your problem.
You
You
want
want
to
to
break
be
up? You
married.
break up.
You leave. If I'm not meeting your needs, you're supposed to leave. I'm not supposed to leave because I'm not meeting your needs. If you're gonna stay with me and I'm not meeting your
This is what he's
needs,
saying.
I looked up.
I'm gonna have to agree on that. Like,
Yeah,
at one
you know
point,
what
the
he's
onus
saying.
to come on you to decide, like, yo, he's not doing what I need. He's not giving me what I want. I want to be married. He doesn't.
It's
I
time
gotta
for
go
you
find
to
me
get
a
up and
motherfucker
make
that
a
want what I
decision.
want.
Right.
But
So,
you know why
yeah.
women don't do that?
Why? Because I think they base it off of love.
Sometimes.
Well, what else?
Sometimes it be financial.
Boy, if y'all making me tired.
No, but I'm
with
just
this
saying,
financial-
but
These broke ass women.
yo,
They right there on Facebook.
his pocket, yo, they gonna cut him out of time.
Y'all
No,
need to get him.
No, but hold on. But what he's saying though, I have to respect because he's saying that if I say I don't want to be married and I let that know from the gate, well, I don't mind. If he's saying he don't want to be married and he let that know from the gate and you come into that, it's not like he didn't put that out there.
Exactly.
And now if she said, well, I want to be married, and he's saying, I don't want to be married on their little date night. At some point, somebody's telling.
Some point you gotta accept that.
Exactly. It
Okay.
is settling.
But now, but wait a minute. If she said, well, I'm not thinking about that, it's fine.
So
You you actually made him think it's okay.
Exactly.
okay, hold up. So
Right or wrong.
if in the first year or two, marriage might not even be the conversation. By year 3, it's like, I think the average person is thinking about marriage, but maybe I'm wrong, but I think they are. And then, so now we have a conversation and you're like, yo, I don't want to be married or whatever. Yeah, the thing is to probably move on. But to me, it's like, I don't understand what, like, for real, you want her to just be like, all right, so then I gotta go. Like, this is it. Like, fuck it, we're done. Because to me, if y'all are meeting each other's needs and she wants to marry you, like, why don't you want to be married? That's the part I
That's
don't
a
get.
conversation later. Like, hey, you've been married for 10 years. Like, can I ask a question? Like, so what is it you have against marriage? Like, well, you didn't mind at first. No, I'm just curious. That might be a conversation they visit later. But if I say, it's like, okay, talk about children. Hey, I don't want kids. I'm cool with that. They were together for years. Like, well, we have a kid. Like, I don't want kids. So
Yeah.
now it's,
I done
I
already told
think
you
that-
what I wanted. Why are you still talking about what you want? I already told you mine.
I mean, but I also think, like, again, I think people get comfortable with it based off of, like, so we're dating, it's moving, now you done moved in, now we're, like, sharing bills, sharing stuff. Yeah, I think the natural progression a woman thinks is, all right, like, we're headed in the direction of marriage. And
But now
then
that
y'all
you- now
never
that you
jump
said that.
over the leap.
but at
But
the end
it's
of
like
the day,
you're
at the end of the
you're
day,
playing
at
married.
the end of the day,
Is
you
it not
have an
playing
option.
married to
Check it out.
to
At the
live
end of
with
the day,
someone?
at
And
the end of the day, you have an option.
you do.
You can either say, I can't do this no more, I'm going to continue to do this.
Okay.
One of the things you wake up with every day is a choice.
And I agree. You can't leave the onus
You're
on
right.
one person.
It's
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
I don't-
It's like you in a certain relationship that ain't right, and you want to complain to your friend every day about it. At some point, you're like, listen.
Mike, I think yours is harder than Tynez because he's a firm fucking.
I know, but what I'm
40 years.
I know,
You're like maybe not.
You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. But what I'm saying is that you still it is an option. So at some point, it's like you, regardless of people looking at what he thinking, or it's like, hey, if that's how he feel, and later she feel like, well, you have a choice to say, I want to go on or I don't want to go on. That's the end of. No one's putting a gun in your head and said you need to do this, or you just said, okay, I'm not doing this. I gotta leave. Okay. Thanks for the time.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Listen. You can't get mad at this man if you met him in 2000. He said, I don't want to get married. And 2015 come around, and you're like, well, why can't we get married? He didn't change. You changed.
Yeah.
You see?
He didn't change.
And it's like society likes to hate the men that.
But you know what I'm saying? But now you'll be like, oh, I'm gonna leave. But he's like, what did I do wrong? I said what I didn't want to do. You said you was cool with it. Now, your mindset changed on that. Now you're all in this relationship. So
I mean, a relationship I hope will grow and evolve over the
But
time.
just being hopeful. Sometimes you gotta listen. People tell you things.
Sometimes you just gotta use
true.
the front lobe of
So
your
you
brain
can't.
and just
That's like a dude like, I ain't really so down right now. But we can kick it. What the chick be like? All right. And he can jog socks smash raw. Y'all going. He spent a night. He got drawers and socks over there. But you're still kicking it. Now you're like, oh, he told you he wasn't living tonight. He wasn't kick it. You don't want some. Oh, did you eat today? You know what I'm telling you? But he said from the rip, like, you was like, and guess what? And everybody that was on, like, I'm kind of seeing somebody. No, you're not. You're just kicking it. So you turning off potential students because you're kicking it.
Yeah.
So who are you mad at? You haven't. So now guess what? Y'all been kicking it for 2.5 years.
Whose fault is it that y'all still kicking it?
Now it's his fault, right?
Y'all been kicking it for 2.5 years. And guess what? When you say something to him, like, you be like, I don't understand though. I'm saying you're not 12, I wasn't ready for like that. Yeah, but you can okay, you chilling.
That's what kicking it implies.
No, but you get what I'm saying?
I get you.
So you have to pay attention from the giddy. You have to say, well, what is kicking it? Well, from the giddy, you got to say, well, that's not what I'm looking for.
No, but you moved in the direction of all the stuff.
It doesn't matter. I know that. But if I tell you that,
Yeah, but your actions spoke different than your words.
because I'm kicking it.
But words are stronger than action.
Okay.
I'm not looking for nothing, but
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
That puts
Yeah.
a lot of shit in context, right?
I'm not trying to be
so
funny.
much shit in context right now.
But
Like,
people,
that's
but you know
crazy.
the funny thing is, people be so smitten in the beginning. Me and my guy was having a conversation with my dude. I said, yo, you know what's so funny? When you listen, people tell you. Women be like, man, I wish I ain't gonna rock you like that. I wish a nigga like that, I'm leaving him out. You later on, she get fucked up. What's up? She told you. Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't like kicking the one girl too long. You know what I'm saying? I get bored quick. You ain't gonna get bored with me. He told you.
And you thought you could change his mind. And when
He
you feel
told you.
when you feel to change his mind, that's
He
what you
told
do.
you. Guess what?
That is me.
Look,
I'd be like,
I want the
did I
relationship.
tell you in the beginning of this? I'd be like, yo, my
Okay.
thought process
So
is
guess what?
you want to just kick it, and then you experience me, and then you get something different. And I think
So you're going to a whole situation being hopeful that you're about to change something when he told you.
Yes.
You know what that's
Now
called?
maybe
That's
that's like
called
rolling dice.
reaching.
No, that's rolling dice. Because guess what?
That's called
He might be like, damn, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, like you're really fantastic. Or he might be like, yo, I'm loving everything about you. You know, I'm just the same ready right now.
Or he might have
He
been
gonna hit you
like,
with that.
That's what she
I'm
thought was
loving
gonna change my mind.
he can love everything about you. If I'm just saying, I don't even want to, dude, you got toothbrushes over here, shit. You got outfit changes and shit. I done pick different work. Like, what are we doing? Just saying, me and you.
What if he hit you with I got that at all my shorty's cribs?
Now that's going too far.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
That's going too far.
Mike had me.
But people like, yo, I'm saying, me and you.
Like a Stone Cold Stunner. He fuck around like that.
I do it for you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so what I'm saying is that
This one, I'm like,
no, because it's
this
real,
one, I'm like,
you know
Yeah,
what?
I'm
Because
just
listen,
nervous.
it's real
I
talk.
would say
And you think because Every time he's done with his day, he's over there chilling. The weekend comes, he's spending the weekend. But in his mind, he's still kicking it.
He's having fun.
You over there like, oh, I'm going to the store. You want some? Yeah, give me the turkey burgers, yo. Yo, they got the you baking a turkey because he coming through for the weekend. Yo, do me a favor, can you start to sit back behind it? You ain't got to pay that. I got you. I go to the store. I said, watch a movie here. He spent the night, got up, he chilling, you know. Let me tell you something, you know, I like somebody. If I spend the night and I'm chilling, I like it. When you spend the night and you get ghosts. So now, wait a minute. He's up chilling. Now I'm gonna chill for a minute. Take a shower, chill. My damn outfit, relax for a little bit. You're thinking it's special. He's kicking it.
Wow.
He's kicking it.
That's crazy.
And you can't get mad. You got to get mad at yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm only trying to make a point people can relate to.
No, I respect the hell
The
out of
woman got to get mad at herself because this guy said, I don't want to get married.
I'm over this bitch mad as fuck at myself.
But no, but I'm just.
over this bitch mad as fuck at myself.
It really took a lot of in the conversations that we've had.
So what I'm saying is that, and they might go, guess what? He might not even be seeing nobody else.
Right.
But in his mind, he's like, yo, I just ain't ready. I'm not, and what I want to do right now, you know what I mean? I just don't want to feel like obligated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, anybody put you moving like we're together. Why not? You know, I used to have somebody say to me, like, Mike, you're funny. Chicks you're fucking when you treat them like your girl. I'm like, well, if you come to my house, I trust you to be in my house. If I'm ordering food, you have food. I want to go out to eat and drinks. You want to go out for food and drink. I'm not going to say, come through with me, get that. He goes, what you doing later? Yo, that's some drinks? Yeah. So you're chilling.
Mm.
But when you're kicking it, you keep chilling. So now that becomes your comfort zone. You out. What you doing? Now I'm going to see what you doing. I'm all right, come on over. I ain't doing nothing. That continues for a year and a half. Nothing's ever said. But in your mind, you think it's something. In that other person's mind, they don't think what you're thinking. So as soon as you say like,
That's true.
oh damn, what's up with that? Why you coming on me like that? Go like we together.
Women do that, but not this woman, because I'd be very specific and clear and over and over and over. Like,
You ever try to check
you
somebody?
got to.
And like when they try to check it, like, are you serious? Like, we ain't together. Magic
Like,
word.
they're different.
We're not together. Yo,
Like,
you bugging,
what?
dog. We ain't together.
What you mean?
What you mean? Okay, but I already told you what. Come on, man. Like, you bugging, dog. Then I want to start questioning, like,
Sure.
okay, but I'm just saying, though, like, you act like I'm supposed to be okay with that. Oh, we not together. I'm saying, I'm
Not together.
but we not together.
They
Yo.
say you want to kick it.
You understand?
Mhm.
And that's enough. I know an individual who told me. He said, Mike, even when I'm not in a relationship, he said, I meet women and tell them I'm in a relationship. I said, for what? That's how he said he could move it. So I'm already telling you.
Mm-hmm. So that way he doesn't have to become the, like, when are we gonna? It's like you already knew there was
So in his
somebody
mind,
else.
I'm assuming in his mind, he's
That's
like, in
crazy.
his mind,
Mercy's on that.
in his mind, he's assuming like,
Yeah, he's
in his mind, you're already saying that you're okay to kick it.
right. Yeah, so if you mess with him, if
You
already
can't say like,
yeah,
I already told you what it was.
wow, that's
So I might be giving out certain game.
yeah,
I don't do it, but it's so funny when he told me. I said, yo, I did like this. I said, yo,
You want something?
that makes-
Yeah.
because guess what?
Smart.
Because now you're saying, because you're saying to the individual like, yo, I'm
The
not
thing
looking- I
that
got
is
somebody
smart is that the women that aren't gonna tolerate that
won't do
won't
it.
fuck with you, and then the women that will. Now
And
you don't
I
have to
know
be
full fact,
questioned.
and I know full fact.
That's
I didn't.
so
I didn't.
pull
Let me
that
tell you
out.
something. I ain't gonna say it. I done been in this spot and seen he had a woman up here and a woman down there sitting at the table. I seen it, and I can say it like, yo, you off the hook.
Wow.
Boy was running the tree route.
No, but you know what? Can't nobody say nothing. You know what that was? Can't nobody say nothing.
Yeah, everybody
They
said
could be
because
upset.
everybody knows.
So I'm only making all these points to talk
Wow.
about your shit. Like you're saying, like, yo, I don't want to get married. It's wrong to tell this man 10 years later, like, we've been together 10 years. I don't understand. Let's go back when we had a date, and I told you I don't want to get married.
Okay.
So that means
I didn't change you.
So ladies,
You was
listen
like
to these
house
men
first.
from
Listen,
the
let me tell you
beginning.
something. No, vice versa.
Don't think it's gonna change later. Ain't no level up or
Yo,
growing.
can I just say something? You got women who will say that I'm not looking to get married.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like that. Like,
You know what I'm saying? So and there's dudes who want to get married, like she's not ready. She don't
but
want to.
that's why I'm saying for me, it's like situational. Like I've never been sitting around like, oh, I just want to be married, or I should be married because I'm this age, or that's never been my thing. But I have been with someone and been like, damn, I want to be married to that person.
Yo, before we end this, right? Look, marriage, when it's great, is a beautiful thing. I actually think when I see couples thriving in a marriage, I think it's beautiful. So that's what I'm saying. Like, all those who are happily married and y'all got a good vibe, yo, big shout out to y'all, because I think it's a beautiful thing. I want to say that because listen, companionship is lovely, and if y'all was able to go that next level and marry and you're still good, shout out to y'all. I think it's a beautiful thing. So I have nothing against that. I don't care if somebody's married or not. I have no judgment, but you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. Right. So let me just make that clear. How you feel about marriage in general? You still like, if you seen a beautiful marriage, or you think like it's dope, like I like this. I like what y'all got going on. When you be like, yo, it ain't gonna work.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, because some people,
yeah,
but you know, some people who think, not you, some people who think like that will kind of like have a negative outlook on somebody. Oh, you sure you trust it like that? I don't think that shit works.
Yeah, I don't do shit.
You know, no, not you, but you know, some people when they look at marriage, they project negative shit from how they think. Like, dog, she probably fucking at work. How you know, dog? You married it, dog? Like, man, you don't know what that biscuit's up to. You know?
Yeah.
See, and cheating has nothing to do with the reason why I don't.
No, I'm just saying, but people start saying things as if like whatever their beef with marriage is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever their beef with marriage is. I'm like, marriage is beautiful. Like when I see a married couple, any couple, like I love, you know, like when I see it, like I don't be like, I'm like, that's dope. I like that. And I'll say I like it. I think it's dope.
Okay, before we go, last thing. Have you ever felt like, was there a time when you were like, yeah, this is it? Like, I do want to get married? Have you ever felt like that?
And on that note, we gotta go. No, check it out. Okay, so right now, I didn't want to get personal. So somebody that I knew that had a healthy parents relationship, right? I know that was in their mind. Our biggest thing was kids. I'm like, I don't want no kids, and but in my mind, I'm like, I used to tell people like, yo, I gotta get married because I see she try to do certain things at some point, but then I would also feel like I don't know if she would be there for me like 100%. And I found out later that I was kind of wrong because I'm doing all kind of super duper things or whatever. Anyway, I left because I'm like, I'm not doing no kid thing. And to find out, like, so when she did move on, whatever, this person was like, not on a certain level. I'm like, oh, I felt like that I was wrong. Like, she's like helping this guy kind of, you know what I mean? In my mind, I'm thinking like, she felt like, so I was wrong. So it was a thought. And there were people that I was with, I'm like, I would marry if I felt certain things was kind of.
But at no point did you feel like, yo, you know what? I think I want to marry her. Like at the moment, like how I said with the dude, like I would like if he was like, yo, do you want to get married? I would have said.
You know what I said when I came on the shit? I'm not too personal. My last relationship, I was in the house. I said, you know what? I came to the conclusion I'm not going to do it. I said, I don't know why even. So I think at that moment I was thinking like, and I said that to her. See, like I literally said to her after breaking up. No, but after breaking up so many times, even my people like, yo, you go back. But I'm like, oh, like, and I said we was talking with that. I said, you know what? I come to the conclusion like, I ain't gonna do it. So in my mind, that was my consideration for it. As if like, not that, but she wasn't pushing either. Neither one of us was pushing. But in my mind, I'm like, we go that route, whatever. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
But are you asking like? Kind of like
the feeling,
like when you meet someone, you're like,
that's what I'm saying. Because for me, like I said, I want to be very clear on here. I don't be sitting around like I need to be married. Matter of fact, I'd be like, like no, I don't need that. But I have had the moment with someone like, damn, I want to be married to this person.
In the beginning.
Well, what's the beginning?
Because
for you, by God.
So
I've never had 13 years with anybody.
No, but it was off. No, I done broke up. I would be honest with you though, right? And this might sound strange to some, but it works for me. I don't even consider that you really like we really together. Like I really feel like it's a real situation.
Mhm.
If it's before 3 years, I kid you not.
Jesus, you killing me.
I'm being honest.
What?
I'm putting my
Even now, so if you met somebody right
Let me
now,
tell you something. What
you
I
would
mean,
need 3 years till you decided
what I'm
you
saying that
were with them.
what I'm saying, like when you start talking about blah, 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 I don't really start believing or paying attention to it until them times.
Wow.
Now ask me why I say that.
Wow.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm different on that level because in my mind I'm like, everybody's on their best behavior. Everybody in the beginning is on their like, it's their best behavior. So when the shit clear, I need this. When shit's really real, how do you really feel about it? Do you still feel that way? Are you still smitten by me, or was you just like, oh, this is great and everything? That's why. Guess what? I may not bring flowers because I'm not going to continually do that. Right. I don't get out, open up doors in a car because I'm not going to continue to do that. So I am who I am from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is like 3 and 4 years, people can change. People can be like, the spark is gone. It really wasn't there. To me, if it's still there, then I feel like there's a real chance.
Oh wow! I feel like in 3 or 4 years I could change anyways. Like
you can
not based off of like, oh, first of all, I don't have a best behavior. I am who I am.
I know what I'm saying, but
about that. Like, to me, it's like I love you how I love you when I love you. And if I tell you I love you, first of all, I'm not running around here like I love you, I love you. That's corny.
There are people who are in lust first.
Okay, I agree with that, but I think that's more on a man's side than a woman's.
What?
I think so.
What?
Absolutely.
No way.
Yeah.
Half the time, y'all
Trina,
put up with dumb shit because of that.
That is the lust thing?
I said I think it's more on a man's side for the lust than a woman.
What?
Women don't sit around I'm not saying women don't lust for men. I'm saying women don't move more off of lust.
I don't think we move. I don't think that's
what I'm saying is that y'all get
your
your back broken, hung and hanging for years. Because you put it down, all of a sudden it's like there's a physical connection that keep y'all. So y'all more here. Sometimes men can be here. So that's why women get mad. Like, oh, what's the first thing a woman asks you? You love her? What do you mean I love her? Y'all concerned here. Y'all concerned about here. If we cheat, we fucking want right there. So men get mad at a woman differently because you look. What I'm trying to say is that it's emotional for y'all.
Yes.
More
Everything
emotional.
y'all do is emotional.
So what I'm telling you is that you may not talk about lust in a sense like that, but think about the people who keep going back to toxic relationships because of good dick.
I don't think people go back to toxic relationships for a good dick. I think people go back to toxic relationships for the comfortability of what they're used to.
No, but I'm saying though.
I honestly don't even be weird on that shit. But
no, but what I'm saying though, again, you might have that woman. Here's the funny thing: he might be dealing with 5 women. You were dealing with just him.
Right.
And what I'm saying is that you're emotional. I'm not saying about
that.
You're emotionally and mentally attached to this guy.
Yes.
All right. So when you look at the movie they tried to make light of it. Look at Baby Boy when he came and did what he did, and all of a sudden she was taking the car, but he came, put it down, and she just hopeful she go back into her emotions again about what it could be, and all this whole love shit sparks up again.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, boom.
You're saying
it's the same bullshit again. If he just walked in, that situation wasn't just pulled out of a hat.
I mean, also, yeah, but I think that they emphasize on sex when it's like the state of, because the average man, like, because if you just came in and was loving and hugging and fucking caressing and talking a certain way, I don't think it's like, oh, now I had this good dick, now all of a sudden I'm gonna go for whatever. Because I think if he came in and didn't give the dick, but he still did all the other stuff, women, am I right? Usually, like, if you love the person and you're hurt and they come in, that makes you feel good. It's not about dick at all.
No, so all I'm saying is
like some total in the emotion, like you're bringing it back.
I'm just talking about the whole thing. So
yeah, he's like grabbing it all up and saying, like, if he does this, then that makes everything all
yeah,
better.
that's what works.
So what I'm saying is that, not to get off the subject or go too far, in my mind, a lot could change in 3 years. How you feel, how you act, and what your thought process is.
I agree.
So now you make that move like, damn, this is it. So 2 years later, like, damn, I didn't realize he or she was like this. He was a toxic motherfucker. Yo, why do you do this? Why you get? Guess what? So if I see that those 3 years, I know, like, okay.
Well, you really think it takes 3 years to figure out? Like, I would.
Any relationship that ever went long made it to the 4 years.
You can ignore
So,
some shit.
to
It's a
me,
fact.
that
the whole
people
thing
do
is,
for like
to
3
me, the whole
more
thing is
years.
with men, it seems like, so in the beginning, y'all call it best behavior. For me, I feel like I said, I don't do best behavior. I feel like I'm telling you who I am. I'm showing you who I am. I do stuff. I don't do stuff. Or like, I feel like I stand on it. But for some dudes, like, depending on how the emotion is, I'm gonna move differently than I would for others. Because everybody don't, you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's like, if I love Meryl, I might be like, oh, Meryl, let's hang out, let's do this, whatever, and that's good. But then I end up with Tynez 5 years later, and Tynez does something for me. Now I might be out this bitch cooking every day for Tynez. That ain't got shit to do with me being on best behavior. That's because that's how I feel. That's how Tynez made me. That's what I wanted to do for Tynez. That has nothing to do with best behavior. That has nothing to do with years later. Like, if I cook for you today, in 3 years, yeah, I might not cook for you every day again, but it's probably not based off of because I was on my best behavior or because you wore me down to the real me. It's probably because whatever, like, if for me, like, I'm gonna cook for you anyway. But I'm saying, like, if you like, if we're not on good terms, like, I might be like, Tynez is doing stuff I don't like. Now I'm arguing. He's like, oh, see, I knew he was an argumentative motherfucker. For the last 3 years, you didn't argue, but 3 years now, look at you arguing. Yeah, nigga, I put up with 3 fucking years of you doing X, Y, Z. Like, that don't make sense to me. Like, that's not me being someone different. Now you're figuring out who I am. Anybody who is upset is going to move differently.
That's it.
Yeah, but when you
Consistency,
No matter what year it is.
consistency is key.
when you in love at first, you look past people's flaws.
Consistency
you might
is
not notice
For
it.
years?
consistency
Sometimes
is
you might
key.
not notice it.
Let me
for
tell
a
you
couple
something.
Years.
One of the biggest things you'll see people talking relationship is like,
If you've been
you
in
used to
too
do
long,
this.
look past
You
people's
used to do
flaws all
this.
the time.
You used to do this.
Right.
That used to shit changed about 4 or 3 years. Damn.
What?
You used to do this. So guess what? How I got you, how you got me. Now it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Comedians make joke. Man, now scarf and shit smelling like wax and shit. Like, certain shit is like, damn,
Okay.
dog. Or, damn, you used to be like this. Now you just like.
So
So,
you used to get your hair done every
not
day.
even
Now
forget
you
the head,
don't do
because
it
that's more like what I'm saying is like,
I get the concept.
people beef later about like, damn, you used, you know what I'm saying? You used to be like, I'm just saying, sometimes we'll keep on. People change. And some people change because they get in their comfort zone. I need to see what you like in your comfort zone. Not when you're your best behavior.
I don't think that take 3 years.
It's
but I
sure
definitely
to
wanna
help.
see
Yeah,
you.
like, I think that
That
time stage,
sounds
you probably have
crazy.
missed out on a lot of stuff in between.
No,
that.
I'm paying attention. That's why.
I mean, because I'm like 3 years, like,
Well, I'm only
they
saying
are how they
boy,
are.
you're
I mean,
Harry
you know who you are.
Potter.
You
See what you just
can't
said?
hide it that long.
Can you say that please again?
You are who you are.
At
You
3
can't-
years, you can't hide it that
You
long.
can't hide that long.
So that's all I'm trying to say.
But it don't. People
It don't
typically.
take 3
It don't
years to
take
get
3
to
years.
where
Like,
you at.
I think it takes
Some
6
people are
months.
really good.
but ain't
I think
nobody
it takes
that.
6
I'm
months
talking about like
for
you
people to
can
Some
you
people
can
are
ignite
really
if
good.
you
Stop
really
being
want to find out.
themselves.
You can
That's how you
ignite a situation to kind of see if how.
Let me tell you
motherfuckers
something.
react.
You meet somebody the first year, you don't just move in. You don't live
Of
together.
course not. Of course
So
not.
what I'm saying is that you're not really kind of like you're talking, whatever. You don't know what's really going on. A year, you kind of see behavior. You can see pattern. You can see things like, damn, that's just. Let me ask you something. You used to be like, why you?
I mean, but you
You
can
can
also
analyze
do
it
things
now.
like that. How people show up in other people's lives, how they treat other people. Like, so there may
True.
be like, so someone may be acting all these great ways to you, but then when y'all walking with Dunkin' Donuts, they slamming the door and the homeless person behind her. That might be a good indicator of something tricky going on in this chick's spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's other ways you can
Yeah,
kind
and
of.
I got mad at somebody like that because I'm like, why you hold the door for? I'm like, hold the door for. I'm like, what's wrong with you, yo? And I said, yo, you're kind of rude. I'm not rude to you. I said, but you're rude. I'm telling you, I had a situation like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. So like,
She
there's
said,
other ways
But it ain't like I'm rude. It ain't like I'm like that to you. I'm like, yo, but what are you doing, yo?
Yeah.
Like that's still.
that your character.
So I
Someone
don't care.
like
It
that
ain't
at all.
nothing to do with me.
It's something about your character.
I'm not treating you like
don't
that.
be bothered with that type of time.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Mhm.
So what I'm saying to me, That's what I'm saying. You might not agree with it. Everybody do what they do.
Yeah, I don't. But
But
I
what I'm saying
respect
to
it.
me,
I
for me,
respect it.
what it is for me, I actually feel like I need to take my time and really understand, because I just know, and people find out later like, yo, I didn't know she was doing. He was doing. He's doing it all the time. You didn't know.
Yeah.
What in the?
Was paying attention.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sleep.
I didn't know she doing. So what I'm saying is that it's not about sometimes, oh, we're gonna get married right away. It's
No.
really about taking the time to get to know the individual.
I
Because
get
marriage is like nothing. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I ain't saying like 10 years. You got like I said 10 years. I'm like, well, goddamn.
I mean, I act like for
3
me,
years
it's
do
like
go by like that, so.
You don't realize it, right? So now
Jesus.
you done
And guess
spent.
what?
You done spent.
Life goes by like that.
True. You done spent 3
And guess
Thanksgivings.
what?
You
You
done.
know how
You
quick
understand?
3
Like
years
you,
turn into
the families
5
interacting.
years,
Your
10
friends are
years.
interacting.
You're doing all the things to
Actually do.
get to that.
Yeah.
Then I guess
The
you know
friends
what I
are
mean?
interacting. The
At
families
least 3
interacting.
years.
You done brought them around certain families.
Because
And I
you
was like,
gotta
yo.
move in with each other at least after the first year is complete. So
So you can figure out.
that's when you really gonna see.
Yeah,
the
but
true
to me,
colors, how
even that,
somebody
it's
is
like
when you live
the
with
thought process
Yeah.
of let's move in together or let's combine our anything. But don't think about marriage for 3 years. But in the first year, you'll move in with someone.
Moving in is
With that.
undoable. You can undo that. Very
And
easily.
You can
let's
undo
But it's a
and
lot
you
more
get
a
to
million
listen, and you get
times.
It's a lot
and
more
you get to
difficult.
experience them full fledged.
Right. You can see exactly
You
what
get
it
to
is.
experience them full fledged. Their behaviors, the way they are, and the way they're responsible for our bills. You get to see all of that shit.
that they dirty.
So, but for
All of that
so
shit.
for you in your case, with any woman, I don't care who it's been, no specifics, but after 3 years, you still haven't you haven't felt like, all right, this is the one.
You can feel like that. I mean, but I'm saying, shit ain't right.
Yeah, so there's
I'm
good point.
like, yeah,
You're
but
still in the same
you
bucket.
went through 3 years with more than one woman in life, right?
Well, then we gotta go.
Wow.
Party done. Podcast done.
Boy out here playing house. He don't want to get married.
No, that's not. I'm not talking about the house, but I'm saying like as far as relationship.
No,
What I'm saying, like this is. But you know what? But hold on. Here's the difference between me and someone else who does it. You know what it is. I'm committed to you. I'm not. You don't have to guess. Some do leave women guessing. They don't know it's a relationship. I'm saying we're together. That's my woman. We're together.
Yeah,
I'm not saying about
Yeah.
I'm your man.
yeah.
So there's no guessing.
That is.
Some people do
there's
that, and
a
it's like
security in that. There's
some
a
people do it like I had a woman say to me one time, you kicking it? She said, I can change my Facebook status, right? I'm like, yeah. I'm not making this up. This is somebody else. But point I'm trying to make is, but guess what?
I would have left you.
No.
He's annoying.
No. So she was being funny,
Right.
but she
Yeah.
basically was saying like, so basically,
We a couple.
is this
We
okay to
for
broadcast?
real,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Like it ain't a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying in that time, you're not guessing what it is. Oh no, Mike's my man. No,
Yeah.
we go together.
And honestly,
You get what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm like,
enough.
it's not like it's like being like, what are you doing? Oh no, we're actually
We're
in a
clear
committed.
about what it is.
Right.
We're in a committed relationship. I'm actually in a relationship with you.
Yeah, you just don't. You haven't went over the
So-
hump.
so what
and
I'm
that's
saying-
okay.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so some people
That's
leave people
totally
guessing
okay.
for a long time.
Yeah.
You don't even know what it is.
Facts.
So what are we doing? I mean, I'm still trying to get to know you. I don't say shit like that. No, people, am I lying though?
I'm waiting to see if you off your best behavior.
Yo,
Like,
so I don't say, some people feel like that. I'm still trying to get to know you.
tired.
Well, damn, it's been a year and a half. What you tell us now?
Yeah.
So in my mind, me saying us we're together, like, okay, we don't make it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have you thinking like, well, what are we doing?
Right.
We're together.
Right.
We are absolutely together.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to know you, but we are together. I'm not saying, oh, I'm still dating. I'm committed.
Which is very different.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's
So
very,
let me make sure I put that in there.
Yeah, because every woman really, like I said, typically, I don't be running around here like, oh, I want to be married. I want to be married. And I should be like, no, we're good.
But I'm sure you're comfortable knowing that you're saying, well, that is my man. Okay, we are
Yeah,
together.
that's what I'm saying.
So if a conversation come up, be like,
I also
Man.
have never been in a 10-year or a 13-year relationship ever. Like, that's long as fucking.
but it's off and on, though. You gotta understand, it's not straight.
It don't be
It
shit.
don't be like you going back and
That's
forth.
for sure.
Once that's where I get mixed up. It's
It
not
might
like
be like
you're
a
gonna have
year
a girlfriend in
off.
between. But I'm saying like, but you've been involved with that woman for that long time.
Okay,
Not like
I-
straight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not like straight.
Because it was never straight 10 years.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. That's what you got confused.
I'd be like,
No, no.
10 years sound crazy to me.
No.
Like,
Maybe a
And
couple
see, that's the
years
thing,
on,
though. When you
couple
think
years
of,
on.
but here's the crazy shit, right? When you think about that, now, since you understand
come and stop. Right?
that,
I know they're like, God damn, girl.
that going back and forth is because it's something that you think is possible.
Right.
Right.
You understand? So that's telling you, like, yo, when she said one time, oh, we so loud. So yeah, so you know.
Okay, we're gonna shut it
No,
down.
we good. Yeah, we good. I'm just saying though.
This
You go,
podcast was brought to you by
Closing
Booker
thoughts.
Beauty Bar.
Closing
Booker
thoughts,
Beauty
everybody.
Bar.
Closing thoughts, real quick. Closing thoughts.
closing thoughts. You got it.
Let's go. Mara ain't really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go
Yeah,
with Mara.
no,
What
no,
do
no.
you-
Let me
They
be clear.
don't
We
know
bought
who he is.
Meryl on camera so that me and Mike wouldn't be two good-looking guys. We needed an ugly nigga in the room, so we bought him on. That's why he was quiet the whole
Vice
time.
versa.
In case you guys was wondering
Ugly
why he
people
was
in the
ugly and
back.
quiet.
Good looking people up
Hey,
front.
poor Mike.
It's okay. It is what it is.
It happens.
The closing words. What are you closing out with?
Closing thoughts. What are your closing thoughts, Mara, about marriage? Anything you want to just throw on the table before we get up out of here?
I want to know what married. Ask Meryl the first question.
Do you want to be married?
No. This is what I got to
And
say.
why? Why do you not want to be married?
Stop wasting money on weddings and marriage. Slaves jumped the broom and they was happily ever after. As long as they was picking cotton together. You don't need no ring. You don't need no band. We good as we is. And that's it.
That's my dog. That's what I'm talking
Let's
about.
picking cotton together.
Jump the broom
Um,
and call it a
Love each
day.
other. And so,
We're gonna go on. What's your name?
Jump the broom
What's
and
your
call it a
final
day.
word?
I don't got no final words. What was I supposed to say?
Jump the
well,
broom
No,
and
you're
call
good.
it a
you
day.
Jump the
step
broom
off
and
your.
call it a day.
You did step off your square a little bit. You started off saying never ever to possibly maybe.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah,
You got
yeah.
a
You
different
guys
perspective. So
talking
that's
into
so that's where you had
Don't
open
worry
mind. So
now.
that was amazing.
I just gotta meet the right girl.
Some lucky woman in his 40s.
Yay, her.
One of y'all gonna get this ring. We're gonna figure it out.
Mike, you had any final words?
Yeah, again, I'm gonna say like, good marriage is a beautiful thing. I gotta put emphasis on good. Love is a beautiful thing. Now, I love companionship, so it's like I'm all open for it, man. You know what I mean? And I think relationships are great. You know, don't be that guy who's, you know, going up 50 something, whatever, and he wanna be out there looking for some things. You know what I'm saying? Go home, man, and have a glass of crown roll apple, sit down with your lady, listen to music. I like that kind of shit. I don't need to go out. And these people tell you, like, they do my live. I'll be right there live in my living
Batman
room.
PJs, y'all.
I'm chilling, yo. You know, so I like that, and I think I have nothing against relationships. So
Except
Yeah.
now was blocked, not cotton picking.
So for all y'all in love, man, listen, man, keep loving, man. Keep loving. Love is a beautiful thing, man.
That's right.
Before you make your comment, Eli asked, "Are any of us married?" That's a whole no. None of us are married on
Oh,
this
we have
panel.
the podcast about marriage. Sorry, I'm just playing.
Nope, we are all unmarried. But
Nah.
all of us have been in substantially long-term relationship. I think the longest my relationship was like 15 years. So.
And Booker ain't been in one
I
of
was
those.
about to say I've never been in a substantially long relationship, apparently, because these are some for lifers.
Not even
I'm
back and forth.
Hey, yo.
Not 15 years, no sir.
So does that mean you
I'm
never
not
met the love of
50
your
yet.
life?
Yeah, I did a
I'm
whole
just
manslaughter
asking.
bit with this nigga, yo. That ass manslaughter time.
My final words are thank you guys so very much for coming. Thank you guys for tuning in.
It's actually fun. It was actually cool.
Oh, good. I'm glad you
I
liked
enjoyed
it. We'll see you guys next time. Remember, every second Sunday of the month. So we'll see you next month.
If
And
y'all want
thank
me
you-
back
let me
on the
make a comment.
podcast, just ask.
Yep.
Hey,
Let me know.
everybody.
If you guys
I'll be
want to
here
be
regardless,
on,
but just ask.
hit me up. If you guys have topics, let me know. And what else? Oh, we have virtual that we try to do every week. So if you want to be on the virtual, let me know.
And I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the comment section that participated and watched. Eli, thank you so much for all your comments. Michael on YouTube, thank you so much. News, Nubia, Jamari, who else do we have here? AG, thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for participating. And we will see you guys the next second Sunday of the month.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.